Yes. Soon enough, you will forget. Thank you again for joining us. I am Sylvanov, aka the Dark Druid, Dave Legan, your host and storyteller for the evening. And before we get started, I would love to introduce or have our players introduce themselves to our viewing audience.
Hey, I'm Chase, our Black Coffee Chase, and I'm playing Jude St. Germain.
Hi, I'm Professor XR in social media, and I will be playing Salma Evein, who's completely innocent of anything.
Hello, everyone. I am Venture1399 on all the interwebs, otherwise known as Michael Walsh, and I should be playing CJ Milliner.
Mel.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Morgan. I'm playing Melissa Natalie Collie. You can find me on Twitter at SleepySheepyGG.
Hi, I'm Natalie Chapman. My name on the internet is Alnestra, and I am playing Sarah Strong.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Trevor Chapman. I am Ratnaps on all the various social media thingies, and I am playing Rico.
Thank you once again for joining us for Prince William by Night Season 2 Night Shift. When we broke off the evening, we were in the middle of quite an intense moment. It was an awful place to have a break and to wait a week to find out what's happened. But we're going to find out in the next little couple of hours. Mr. Milliner, back at the hospital in his office, doing what he does, the paperwork, the laws, the contracts, the burying of this, the bringing forward of that. A glass of something aged and wonderful in his hand, the other a pencil tapping against his little legal pad as the buzz, the quick 3 short buzzes indicating that he's received a text message, rise his attention. You recognize the number immediately. It is Jude St. Germain, and it simply says, SOS, 3 monkeys, now.
I would grab my jacket and head out to the Chrysler 300 downstairs out in the parking lot. Slide in, turn the key, head out.
As you exit into the parking garage, you recognize one of the security guys is kind of down there, probably doing his patrol. He's lighting a cigarette, and you can hear a lot of chatter on his radio. In only a few seconds, sirens.
I don't really think too much of the sirens, only because we work at a hospital.
Well, these are police sirens, not ambulances.
Yeah. That still doesn't automatically stand out to me. I would stop over and say hi en route.
Hey, Mr. Milliner.
Evening.
How's your night?
Could be better. Just running out to handle a little bit of business. How's everything around here?
Quiet until about 20 seconds ago.
Well, isn't that part of our business here?
Yeah, but this is Manassas. This, hey, look, wherever you're going, don't make it Old Town. There's something going on down there. We've been prepped for a potential body. They're calling in not only the Prince William County Police, the Sheriff's Department, and the Manassas Police are all showing up down there at the smoothie bar.
Old Town, you say?
Yeah.
I appreciate the heads up. What's your name?
It's John.
Thank you, John.
No problem,
And I
Mr.
would continue
Milliner.
to have.
Have a great night.
You have a safe evening.
He looks his cigarette as a show of going back to being on duty, straightens up, adjusts his little mic at his shoulder, and starts patrolling the parking garage again. Sure enough, before you even exit the parking lot, an ambulance does leave the hospital, and it goes directly right down Sudley towards Old Town Manassas in a hurry. Code 3, lights and sirens rolling.
I try to take advantage of it and follow it en route.
Somehow I knew you were going to say that. Now, where we left with the rest of our persons gathered at the Three Monkeys, Salma trying to find a way back, the attention of the area between her and the Three Monkeys now crowded with persons, emergency vehicles, various and sundry onlookers, rubberneckers. It seems the streets have opened up this evening for the bit of excitement. Melissa exiting the private room where Melissa, Sarah, Rico, Jude, and Javier were at least attempting to have a solid conversation about things that needed to be said. When all of this kicked off, the sounds of sirens drawing them out. First Melissa, followed by Javier, followed by Sarah. Mel suddenly tensing up the inner turmoil, thoughts of what's going on, recent life or unlife or the lack of it, and bolts. Sarah turning back inside and immediately attempting to lock down the Three Monkeys. Joe running around like a chicken with his head cut off, doing exactly what he knows to do. Rico, this is almost humorous, but there's no humor in Joe's face as he's going about this. He looks extremely intent, tense, and focused.
I was taking it all in stride, and it's like, hold on a moment, lockdown. Wait, Rosalita. I go make certain that my car is where it was, and it's fine. I don't go outside. I just find a window.
You can look out one of the front windows at the door, and you'll see that pretty pink machine is parked right where you left it.
Good. All right.
Jude, only a couple of paces away from one of the officers in multiple squad cars at this point, having had a conversation with one of the officers and being told to back up and let us do our job, has acquiesced, sent a text message to Mr. Milliner, alerting him to whatever it is he's driving towards at this moment.
Did the ambulance get there?
It is a few seconds away. You can hear it growing louder.
Okay. Do I recognize the ambulance?
You can tell that it's an ambulance from the hospital. You know, it's not the same whelp and squelch as a police siren. And
No, I meant like, is it from like the hospital?
As it approaches, yes.
Okay.
It's labeled Inova Health Systems Emergency Response, ambulance transport. It's written all over it.
Going to just start like seeing where it's being parked, and I'm going to try to take control of the scene from that avenue.
As the ambulance approaches, coming in from Grant Avenue, the police cars back up, allowing it to enter nearer to the scene, almost allowing the ambulance to pull up to the front door of the smoothie bar. Behind the ambulance, have you ever seen Milliner's car?
Yeah.
Then it's you would recognize it and see him in it, following closely. It's almost comical as he's the hospital lawyer ambulance chasing.
It's emergency. It's fine.
Salma,
I'm going.
go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like try to like wave the EMTs, and I'm pretty sure that they would recognize me. Just start.
Yep. For sure, and
that.
they a little curious as to why you're there because you never venture. But yeah, they recognize you, and one of the guys taps to one of the cops and points at you, who then immediately allows you to pass their little human barricade, as it were. Milliner, as you pull up, it looks like the entire law enforcement community of Prince William has shown up for this. You've got the local sheriff's department, you've got the county police, you've got Manassas City Police and Manassas Park Police have all responded to whatever the hell's going on. And there's Jude right up front, walking in right behind the ambulance as it's being directed to the front door. Salma, it's not hard for you to see the gathering as you look for a way to make your way back to the Three Monkeys. What do you do? I mean, you kind of duck between a couple of townhouses and, trying to avoid being seen. But there's a lot more eyes out now. They have cameras up. People are live streaming. For Manassas and Prince William County, this is a pretty big deal. And it's very evident.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to find some clothing that I can change into. So if there is any store open, or if there's anybody passing by that's like my height-ish, I would like to try to like approach nicely and like try to offer them money or convince them somehow to get their clothes, whatever it may take. I don't really know how this is gonna play out, but I know that I need to get rid of this like bloody clothes if I'm gonna get anywhere.
You're a smart enough person, Salma, and Tumay, of course. But Salma, as these thoughts are rolling through her head, going, if I approach someone looking like this, that's it. It's game over already, and I'm night 3. I've lasted 3 nights if I approach anyone at this moment. And that voice returns. Then don't get fucking seen. You figured this out. Do it again.
It didn't work last time.
Do it again. Shut up. Be quiet. Stop moving and just stop being there.
What if I fail again? I don't know what I'm doing.
I told you to shut up. You didn't listen. Be quiet. Will yourself not to be there and be quiet. You can do this. You did it once.
Okay. I don't want to be here.
Start working through the mental exercise, kind of recalling the moment and the thought process. A rouse check, please.
Success.
You do not gain hunger as you click the moments back into your mind the thought processes of removing yourself or convincing those around you that you're not there becomes a little clearer this time. The process of it, the mindset, the will of don't see me. That's the clue. That's the key. It clicks in your mind. Don't see me. And I don't make noise. And I can get away with this. And again, as someone walks near you, they don't even bat an eye. If you weren't standing off to the side of the building, they might have bumped into you. Not an eye. Didn't turn, didn't look, didn't acknowledge, nothing. You are, for all intents and purposes, as you can tell, but invisible?
I kind of like walk a little quicker to see if they'll be able to hear my footsteps as I'm like speeding up.
You don't even hear your own footsteps. It's as if the entire noise of the universe around you is gone.
Okay, so I run as quickly as possible to get to the inn.
Okay. Mel, you dash, run. Are you avoiding the scene?
Yeah, for the most part.
It's not hard. Everybody's attention is in a singular direction at this point. There's just too much going on for people to ignore it. Even if they wanted to, they would have to just pay attention. Because at this point, there's at least one local news van that has shown up. They're starting to raise the mast on their van for the satellite feed. They've got a lady with a microphone's getting out. There's a camera guy checking his camera and starting to pan around, getting a shot as you rush down the stairs, sharp left, around the corner and off towards your apartment. You're fairly well ignored. I mean, are you making like a mad dash, or are you just being quick about it?
We just wanted to, so long as we aren't being chased by anyone after 3 monkeys.
You don't hear any footsteps behind you. You feel like you've put enough distance between you and the chaos that you can be a little more relaxed, or as relaxed as Melissa can be. We'll come back here in a few minutes when you actually get to your apartment.
Yeah, so in that case, we're going to calm down. We're going to calm down, and we're going to go try and get back into our apartment.
You still have your keys?
Yeah, I assume I still did. And yeah, just...
Gotcha. Milliner.
As I'm pulling up in my vehicle, phone is in hand, and even before stopping the car, I'm in the middle of texting Mr. Bevilacqua, and it's simply, I need some of this heat pulled off of the 3 monkeys. We'll call you later. I will owe you big time.
There's a pause. There's a few seconds goes by. You can see that the message has been read and the 3 dots of a response being typed. 3 monkeys have something to do with what's going downtown?
Apparently, I don't have all info. I will contact you as soon as I can.
You get a check mark emoji.
Steps out of the vehicle, adjusts his tie, briefcase in one hand, phone in the other. Power march inside.
Inside where?
It's inside the 3 monkeys.
I thought you followed the ambulance up to the smoothie bar.
Oh no. I took advantage of following it to get through traffic.
Got you. Okay. So you walk up to the front doors of the Three Monkeys and find that they are absolutely locked.
Are there any cars out in the parking lot or anything?
Rico's pink machine is screaming loud and proud, taking up 2 spots right in front, both of which are marked handicap.
Awareness check just to, scan the area.
Sure, what's awareness?
Yeah, something does seem right. Oh, I failed my rouse. I passed my blush of life, so I'm at 200.
Excellent.
2.
2 successes. It occurs to you that half of the parking lot lights around the Three Monkeys have gone dark, like they are either turned off or busted. The open sign is off. The side alley floodlights have been turned off. There's little to no light emanating from inside the Three Monkeys.
I'm gonna activate heightened senses. I'm gonna see if I can take a quick walk around and see if I hear anything out of the ordinary.
Okay, I'll go with your previous roll. 3 successes with the heightened senses. You can hear the voice of Joe barking back and forth with Sarah. You can hear Joe and Sarah moving in very quick footsteps. Sounds like they're closing things, locking things, flipping switches, pulling the jukebox power cord out again.
Is it in a routine sound or is it rushed?
It sounds practiced, actually.
I head up to the front entrance and
We can't hear you, sir.
Hello?
Kind of like a fire drill.
Okay. I would head up to the front entrance and I would knock.
Sure enough, Sarah, you're checking behind Joe, and
I go carefully to look at the door. I'm assuming it's still glass, so I see Milliner through the glass.
Yep.
So I unlock it. Come in, sir.
Step inside. What's going on?
Hey, boss.
You
We're
hear
in
from-
jeopardy.
you hear
Baby.
that call down from upstairs.
What is going on?
Please follow me upstairs. We'll talk where it's more private.
Heads up in a rapid fashion.
Salma, you make your way around back towards the Three Monkeys in time to see that guy again, the suit. You think his name was Carlisle or C something, disappear into the darkened interior of the Three Monkeys, and the door quickly closed behind him.
I leap toward the door and bang and say, open, let me in too.
There's a sudden slap against the door. Immediately, Salma, you notice that you can hear your footsteps, your voice, the slapping against the building, and all of the other sounds return. Yeah. CJ, Sarah, Rico, you hear this loud and clear.
Expecting other company?
I quickly let her in and say, get upstairs quietly. And then I lock the door.
Sarah, I have to explain.
Get upstairs
She's
now.
covered in blood, CJ. From chin, from lip to belly. In blood.
Oh, God.
And it's fresh. It smells fantastic. And she's covered in it.
he would put a hand to her back to put her in the right direction of heading her upstairs.
And I go and get clothes out of her room so that she can change.
Salma, you're being ushered. Sarah leading the way. CJ pushing at your back.
Let's go.
Going, JT, stop pushing me.
We can talk upstairs. Let's go.
Rico. Yeah. The nightmare comes up the stairs. Looking like she just fell out of a horror flick from the 1980s. Looks disheveled. Looks strong. There's a certain edge to her, for sure. And that smell, can't mistake that. That's fresh. That's fresh as a daisy. You know exactly where that came from.
It's like April Fool's Massacre. Great. Wonderful. Now I know what the fucking sirens were. Good jog you went for, eh? Couldn't stay for the meeting. No, I had to go for a jog.
It's not funny, okay? I killed.
No, it's hilarious.
We need to call the cops. I need to turn myself.
We're not calling anybody. We're
As
not
Sarah
calling anybody.
walks in with some clothes
Do
from
you
your room,
understand
Salma,
this?
she hears you saying, "We're calling the cops," as the three of them break into a quick giggle.
We're not calling anybody.
What is wrong with you people? I just told you I killed somebody. Gone.
You need to shut up.
With my
Salma.
mouth.
The less I know, the better.
Salma,
Now sit down. Rico,
sit, be quiet.
tell me what happened.
Here's a cloth and a bucket. Wipe up. Go into that room right there and no further, and I will watch you and change.
All of it. So, boss man, we
also have a bag to put the clothes in.
I got a phone call from Jude. He wanted to talk to me and Javier. So we went down and met with Jude, and he had some questions about what was going on in the neighborhood. I told him what I knew. He didn't really care, and he asked Javier, "Hey, how long is it going to take for you to deal with this, ghost problem?" The guy says, "Well, a bit of time. How much? A month? Okay." Wrote it down. And then he wanted to know what was going on with the fledglings. So we decided to come here to the Three Monkeys. So we came to the Three Monkeys. Mel was trying to go out, but he said something to her and she ended up coming back in. Salma decided that apparently it was more important for her to go for a jog than to sit and listen to possibly words of wisdom. And so we were sitting here talking. Jude was getting frustrated because Salma wasn't coming back. He didn't want to repeat himself, so he finally broke down, told something about group therapy session or something. I don't know, I wasn't really involved, so I didn't really care. And I think there was something else he was going to tell us, but I don't really know. Anyways, at that point, we heard some sirens. Jude left. I don't even know where he is. He left the building. After he left, Mel, who kept saying something about having to go home for some reason, she left, and Javier followed her, and next thing I know, Sarah made a phone call, and we're in DEFCON 5.
So as I'm speaking to Rico at the same time, I'm texting Jude. I'm at the Three Monkeys with toe tag. So I would appreciate less of the show tunes this evening, Rico. This is quite serious. So if you could absolutely keep an eye out to make sure who was coming in and out of here, I would highly appreciate that for the next couple of moments.
I'll find a crow's nest and I'll keep an eye out.
I got you covered, Rico. This way.
I want to go up to the roof, find a spot that I've got a good surveillance point, and I'm going to use level 1 obfuscate cloak of shadows to basically just be hidden while I'm up there.
There is an old bell tower. There's no bell in there anymore. There is a ladder still that goes up to where you could maintain the bell. There's a small little walkway around the bell tower, open to air. So yeah, it's a great place to have a vantage point.
Yep. And I'll just vanish.
Easy enough. Jude.
I'm immediately like going into the crime scene and like looking like as trying to assess the level of fucked.
The level of fucked is that there are a lot of people here. I mean, a lot. There are pedestrians, there are civilians, there are looky-loos, there are shop owners, there are bar and restaurant people have all emptied out into the street amongst the myriad of emergency vehicles. The police are starting to cordon people and back people off to get a bit of a perimeter, so at least the EMT squad can do their thing after they're cleared by the police.
With the EMTs, I'm like going into like
the
scene.
They're being held just inside the door, away from what you can only describe as something fucking exploded in here. There's blood, there's this green goo everywhere, there's the body. Something happened here, and whatever it was not cool.
I'm going to like go for the EMTs and like immediately like take charge of like the situation. I'm assuming I see the body.
Yeah, it's visible. Nobody's covered it. The police are, they're kind of like marking little blood splatters here. They're putting their little evidence tags or keeping people back and away from it.
I'm gonna
you see the forearm laid out with clearly some puncture wounds and bite marks. It was strong enough that there's bruising.
I'm gonna do the whole check for pulse just in case.
Sure. Yeah, there's nothing.
As I'm doing that, I'm going to try to covertly lick my hand and smear it on the bite.
So as you do, it occurs to you that works on living things, even as you do it, and you're like, yeah. This is dead.
Depending on how long it takes. Yeah, I'm trying all my options.
Yep. You're slick about it. You're pretty good at what you do. But yeah, it's dead. But strangely, the area where the bite marks are seems to have been wiped free of blood. Notwithstanding, that doesn't account for the rest of the blood on the lower half of the body, the spatters, the spray of stuff at a particular high top table. That weird mix of darkened vitae and green goo.
And I'm gonna tell them, like, hey, get a body bag for him as soon as you can move him.
Sir, one of the suited detectives walks up. He's got his little badge on his belt. He says, I can't let you do that yet. We're still processing the scene, but trust me, Mr. Germain, once we're done, Doc, you can have it.
No, I don't want to interfere with any of your business.
Yeah, appreciate it, Doc. We know you got your job to do once this is over, so We'll get it sorted as fast as we can. We're still trying to track down the other person that was here that called in to 911. Maybe you could. Hey, never mind. Hey, officer, go in the back and find some shift or schedule something and find some phone numbers. Let's get some people on the phone. Okay, do your damn job.
Hey, Officer
Jones, sir, Jones.
Officer Jones.
Detective.
Detective Jones, my apologies. I would just like to give you a card so you can give to the person that's here. We do provide psychiatric help and trauma and stuff like that.
Reaches out, takes it, looks at it briefly, and puts it in his top jacket pocket. Hey, thanks. We'll make sure this gets passed on, because if we're just wondering if we're going to have two bodies on our hands, because this is a mess.
Oh, I wonder. Yeah, just let me know when I can move the body, and then I can do.
Give us a half hour. You know, we got to take care of what's going on outside. We got to get rid of this crowd. You know, we got to try and do this without all those damn cameras pointing through. So right now, I got the officers backing people up so we can keep a little bit of privacy on this poor person's life.
Yeah, I'm going to back off, and I am going to quickly dip my finger, pass by and just drag my finger across a part of the smear from the booth, and I'm going to taste it.
Okay, so first thing you taste immediately is a familiar and intoxicating taste of vampiric vitae. The second is the most disgusting sludge you've ever had slide into your taste buds. It tastes like an oily marsh. It's disgusting.
I just wanted to confirm something for me.
And you back out and go hang out with the EMTs, or do you head back to the Three Monkeys, or are you
going to be with the EMTs?
Sure. They're in their normal talk, hanging out, waiting. They've got the gurney ready. They've got their speed kit on there. They've got a body bag because they've already been told whoever's in there, there's no resuscitating. This is a murder.
I think I'm going to catch them off guard and use their names, because I like to.
They're all wearing name tags.
Well, I meant be personable with them. We probably have never interacted, but I'm hey Greg, hey Hank, just
hey Doc,
just
how's things in the refrigerator? Your red lab coat's pretty popular. Everybody knows who you are, whether they know you or not.
It's always a full house down there.
Well, looks like you got room for one more.
Yeah, it's kind of like what are they, that Eagles song, Hotel California.
Okay, I don't see the connection. But yeah, that's a damn bloody mess in there. Did you get a good look? That was a kid, wasn't it?
That was a kid.
Damn. I don't look forward to that phone call. Good thing that that's on his job. All we gotta do is bag it, tag it, and transport it.
Would that be an issue?
No, that's what we're here to do.
No, I meant making that phone call.
You want to call their family and let them know? Or, I mean, this is the cop's job, not ours.
No, I'm just saying.
This is a crime, not a... He didn't know.
This is a joke. I'm saying it's like you haven't given bad news before.
Oh, okay. He gives an uncomfortable laugh as he tries to wrap his head into the joke that he just can't seem to catch. The other guy just kind of shakes his head a little bit and gives a little smirk. But he tries to maintain his professionalism given how many eyes, cameras, and everything else are pointed in this general direction. Sure enough, Sarah turning on the one little TV in the upstairs room. Sure enough, the breaking news is a helicopter scene of lights and sirens in Old Town Manassas. Quite the show. There's several vehicles. They're talking to, even at the low volume, locals have never seen this. Hasn't happened in months. The last time this happened was down at the fire near the train yard. And then there was that thing down at the farm. They don't name the thing at the farm, but they mention it. Strange how they don't actually say the name of the farm or the incident, because that was a huge thing that happened here. Anybody in the circles of non-humans knows what the Marrakesh farm is and caused. But yeah, it was a brief blurb amongst all the recent events in Prince William County.
This is bad. Mr. Milliner,
Yes, madam.
we need to make sure that this one does not remain in the Three Monkeys.
Oh no, I assure you, madam, she will be taken care of tonight.
Salma, you hear her. You're changing clothes. You're bagging up bloody clothes, and there's that thought in the back of your head. He just said, I'm going to get taken care of tonight. I told you we're going to get us killed. Why couldn't you just be quiet? We could have got away. Fuck it.
What are they going to do? Kill me?
Yes.
Would you mind
Doesn't
bringing
respond
over
to you.
second glass?
Absolutely, sir. I'll bring your bottle.
Oh no, just a glass.
No problem. She goes back down to the upper bar, grabs a glass, and provides it to Mr. Milliner.
Thank you very much.
Alma put on like a like leggings and a comfortable like bed t-shirt type of thing, like a loose t-shirt.
Sweatpants and whatever Sarah handed you.
Yeah. And then she'll just make her way kind of hesitantly down, seeing like if they're okay with her being there.
You're not to go down. You must stay on this floor. Into the other room, please.
I need to talk to somebody.
Yes, you're talking to us.
You can have a seat over here, child. And you would see a table with a couple of chairs. He already has his briefcase out and it's open. There's an open manila envelope that has several pieces of paper sticking out of it, an ink pen, and an empty glass that's sitting off to the side.
Salma sits down.
Salma, is it?
Yes.
I don't know if you remember me. I was one of the individuals that saw you when you came out of the shoebox.
Yes. JT, right? CJ. Yes.
But for all intents and purposes at the moment, you can call me Carlisle. So why don't you sit down and tell me exactly what happened? And before you start, I'm going to give you two options. You can choose to fully tell me the truth, and hopefully you will survive this ordeal, not too scathed. Or if I find out you lied to me in any shape or form, believe me, you won't have to worry about the police. So what's it going to be?
I will tell you what happened if you can help me.
Have a seat. From the top.
Pause. Pause. Melissa.
Yeah.
You make it to your apartment. The key still works. It's still your apartment. Easy
We
enough.
have a few
You
things.
didn't run into anybody on the way up. It's a pretty quiet apartment building.
First things first, we go into our bedroom.
Okay. The only light in the apartment is actually the light glow from the multiple monitors around your computer setup. Your little studio. Last you remember it was on. You don't really turn it off anyway, so you're used to that little hazy blue glare.
Anyways, so first things first, find a charger, plug my phone in.
Easy enough.
Second, we reach under bed for our bug out bag, which is a rolling suitcase, right? That we usually keep around just in case we need to. Because we've had some issues with stalkers in the past, so we've had a little like escape route planned. And then we begin grabbing some of our clothes, looking for our wallets, our passports, all of our identifying information that's still possibly around.
Everything's where you expect it to be. No one's been in your apartment since that weird night, that occurrence that put you in this position. Strange, you can't recall the details. You can't recall who you were with or who you spoke to. It's as if it's not even part of your memory.
Yeah, trauma tends to work like that. Anyways, so she is going to begin disconnecting all of her, computer stuff, start packing it away. First things first is figuring out how she's going to get her desktop PC out of here. Monitor is fine. Monitor, we can find something to work with, but the important thing is that desktop.
Well, as you reach to turn it off, looking at the screens and their blue haze, bumping the mouse maybe with an arm, or even just bumping the table is enough to bring it out of its sleep mode. There's your typical array of your broadcasting software. You've got your emails up in one screen. There's hundreds of unanswered direct messages on various social messaging forums. There's a pull at that. There's that desire to respond, to not be unknown, to not be unremembered.
Later. We have to focus. We can't stay here too long. So first things first is we're gonna go find our little toolkit. It's like we built this PC ourselves.
Sure.
So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna disassemble it and pull out the
hard drive,
the hard drives, the SSD solid state drives, and
RAM.
now, if anything, the graphics card. That's probably the most.
That has
probably
value.
the most valuable thing. Yeah. Everything else
In today's
is,
market, that damn thing's worth more than gold.
Sure fucking is. I still have the box it came in and everything. We can throw that in the suitcase as well. So we have the important bits there. That's fair enough. How's my phone? Is it charging?
As far as you can tell, you see the little battery meter, the little lightning bolt showing that it's charging and plugged into something.
All right. We are going to look for a pen.
It's your apartment.
And
You know
here-
exactly where to find them.
Yeah, we are going to try and unlock our screen without touching it directly.
Okay. It's not hard. You use it kind of like a stylus and start poking at the keys or what have you.
All right. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my sleeve and like pull my hand into my sleeve and like with the finger through the sleeve, right? The like I'm using the cloth of my sleeve
Yeah.
over my finger, and we're gonna try touching it like that.
It responds to you, seems to do exactly as you expect it to. You press a C appears.
Okay, we're gonna go put that aside from now, and we're gonna go we're gonna go grab some a couple pairs of gloves that we have. Preferably not really like thinner ones that aren't like the big thick winter gloves. You don't really help in this situation. God, what else did we pick up? Think. We have an altar dedicated to Santa Muerte just in our room on like near the closet.
Okay.
We're going to, light a candle, and we have a piece of jewelry, like a rosary, but instead of a cross, it is a figure of a skeletal woman with a scythe, sort of like the Grim Reaper.
Yep.
Dedicated to Santa Muerte, and we are going to try and pick that up.
You are able to pick up. Were you afraid that it was going to bite you?
A little bit.
Was there an apprehension in your human
Little bit.
life? Did you feel like you were empowering it to be dangerous? The powers of death, the religion of Santa Muerte has many facets.
It does. She is a protector. That's how we always viewed her. So that if we can take that with us just fine, that's perfect. I feel like we're going to need that more than ever.
Out of all the things you've picked up, this seems strangely familial and comforting.
It did belong to my mother. Her grandmother, sorry. So yeah, we're gonna take that with us. We're gonna put on a pair of gloves, and we're gonna try and start working our phone and seeing if we can get anything to go with it.
The phone does reboot when you press the power button in, and it comes back to life with the little bit of time that it's had to charge. And it bleeps with the power warning that it's still in that, less than 15% needs to be plugged in notification.
Cool. First things first. We are going to check our messages.
What kind of phone is this?
Particularly, just regular smartphone, kind of like a modern one.
iPhone or Samsung or Google
We'll say
Pixel?
iPhone. We'll say iPhone.
iPhone. First thing that strikes you is that it can't read your thumbprint as you try and unlock it. Those damn biometrics can't be seen through a glove.
We're gonna look for some tape. We saw this on TV once.
I get what you're going for, and it's not hard for you to find a little bit of tape. You think about some super glue. You're not sure exactly what else, but that's what you're, unless you know exactly the process of transferring a fumigated fingerprint. Do you have dots in forensics?
No. This is literally something we saw on TV.
That was an ST joke.
We
So-
do have 4 points in technology, though.
Yes, you do. This is not technology. This is more of a science thing, though. Let's go with, you know what? I'll give you wits and craft,
Give me a sec. I need to set up real quick.
as you don't have any science or anything in that. I think the craft would have to come into play here. I don't get to make someone make a craft roll very often.
But I got a point in craft. So, hang on. I need to change the lighting real quick.
Sure.
Just let me hold that down a bit.
Yeah, Dave, you never make me do craft rolls.
There we go.
You
about
haven't
that.
attempted to make anything on stream yet. Fear not.
All right. So I'm rolling what again?
Wits and craft.
Wits and craft. Wits is pretty good. Craft is that's wits is 3. Craft is 1.
Don't forget 1 blood die, right? Or 2, depending on your doctor.
It
You'll
looks like we
substitute
have
2 dice
2.
for 2 blacks.
We got a 10 on the blood die. Both blood dies are successes, and regular die is 2 failures. One of them's a 1.
Okay, so that's a critical success, as it were. But it still only counts as two successes. I see your 2 blood dice. If you had 2 of those 10s, that would be 5 successes. That would be phenomenal. But 2, you kind of remember what you saw on YouTube or on TV or in a movie and get some matches and
Life hacks.
put them inside of a little container with the tape. What are you trying to get your fingerprint from?
Very easy. We have a mouse. There's a
Sure.
part where the thumb rests right there. Only the thumb. That's
So you-
the only thing that's been on there.
Press a little bit of the scotch tape to that and then put that in the container with the drops of super glue and a little bit of heat, and hopefully that does the trick. It doesn't take you but a few minutes to realize that you don't see fumes coming up from the super glue as you see in the movies and on demonstrations. There's got to be something that you've forgotten, and it doesn't seem to be doing anything.
It's like the alternative is we gotta hack the phone, which not impossible, but it's getting to the root is like a pain in the ass itself. Yeah, if that's not working, then we are going to pull out our laptop and ask Google.
Okay, you power up your laptop.
Oh, also we're gonna find some USB cables because we're going to connect it directly into the computer so we can work it that way.
Sure. You go about the process of trying to get your phone to be recognized by your laptop, which isn't too hard if you have iTunes installed and things like that. you get a little frustrated. iTunes won't let you into your phone without you putting a thumbprint on it. It'll let you back it up. It won't give you access to the data. It'll put it in your iCloud, and there'll be a log that says you backed your phone up, but it still won't let you into the phone. These things were designed to keep people out of them that weren't meant to be in them, including the government in some cases.
Okay, I got it. We're gonna take another piece of tape. We're gonna like slap her forehead first and take another piece of tape. We're gonna
Sure.
put it over the thumbprint thing, and then we're gonna press our thumb to it.
That actually seems to work.
Yeah,
The phone
that's why
unlocks itself.
You're always overthinking things. You're always
And there's your home screen. And you hear the badoop of the laptop as it recognizes that the phone's been unlocked and is actually transferring, whatever most recent data between your iTunes account and your iPhone.
Yep. We should have Discord open. There should be some messages, assuming people wondering what the fuck happened.
There are many notifications of missed direct messages, you've been shouted at on wherever you've been. It's noticed that you haven't been there for the past few days.
Yeah, none of those matter. We're looking specifically for a Helen Highwater.
And why is that?
One's our friend, and we need a favor.
Best
Specifically,
friend
we are
in
trying
life.
to
It's not
access
like
a contact.
it's not like you don't know how to send her a message. Any messages from her would, if you have it set to flag, would be marked. There's probably a couple of them. Hey, where you been? Miss you. Where you at? Hey, get a hold of me. And then they kind of trickle off. Like most of the others, when people don't respond, they stop reaching out.
Yeah, we're going to send her a message. And this is actually, she should be one of my contacts. So I don't know, from background.
Right.
How do we do this? How
So
does that?
you just gonna call her? You're gonna text her a message?
Yeah, we're gonna text her because we can't call her right now.
Okay. What is the message?
I am going to tell her that she needs to come to my apartment right away. I'm going to use the code word that we established when I still thought I was being stalked by somebody. And we are going to tell her to come here right away and bring her brother's truck.
A few seconds go by before the phone actually rings, and it's her trying to call you. It's an immediate response.
We are going to reject it right away and send text. It's like, I can't speak. I need you to trust me. And we're going to then look for something to scribble on. And we are going to write down the exact time that it is right now. And we're going to take a picture of ourselves and then text it to her with our face.
Okay, so you're going to take a selfie.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay. Pause. Pause. CJ, Salma, Sarah. There you two sat. Mr. Milliner giving commands as one expects someone like him to do. Rico, up in the tower, you've got a great view. There's a bunch of activity. It's kind of like watching the nightly news for a bigger metropolis. it's almost entertaining to watch the rat race and the ant show, and below you, people scurrying about over one body. Really? One? They weren't even hung up at the bridge with their faces removed or anything. I mean, there's no cartels around here. We got some punk kids who spray paint MS-13 on things to feel tough.
While I'm sitting there, I'm ghost playing my fiddle. I'm playing the Keystone Cops. So it's like, if I had a fiddle, it would actually be playing. But
That's fantastic. Mr. Milliner.
So, from the top, please. And don't leave out any details.
Muted.
So
there you are. You're good.
I wanted to go for a jog. I do that. I used to do that every night after work, and I was gonna be back quickly. I wasn't gonna be. The doctor told me to, meet with him in the room, and I was going to come right back. But I just ran for a couple miles, and then, as usual, I needed to drink my smoothie, but I couldn't find the same shop that I normally go to, so there was this other one, and the smoothie didn't taste the same. It was really bad, and my mother was there, and she made sure I finished it all before I could get up. And this is gross, I'm sorry, but I threw up. Not just a smoothie, but blood came with it. And but mother told me that wasn't ladylike, and I had to finish my smoothie, and I couldn't get up or leave until I finished it all. So I cleaned the table and tried to drink the smoothie again, and I failed again, and mother was upset, and I had to do it one more time, and I finished it that time, and I just wanted to pay and get out, but I don't know what happened. The kid was just so delicious. And I felt hungry. I didn't eat anything since that night at the hospital. I didn't want to drink any more of the blood, and the smoothie was disgusting, even though I would never tell mother that, but I drank. And he had a friend. There was another person who was working there. He was also young, and he ran. And when I finished that, doing what I was doing, I really wanted to clean him up. He looked terrible. His arm looked weak and pale, and there was the marks and blood. I tried to clean it. I couldn't get the blood off his clothes, and I heard the sirens. I had to leave him there like that, and I did pull the security camera off the wall, and I ran. Oh, did you know I could turn invisible?
Let's stick with the facts of the story.
It is. You wouldn't believe me?
No.
I can show you.
the individual that ran, would you be able to recognize this person's face?
No.
Would you be able to describe what that person had on?
Like a blue hoodie. He was kind of like a blondish, light brown hair. I don't know. I wasn't
Okay.
really paying attention.
What happened after you took off with said security camera in hand?
Oh, I didn't take it with me.
You took it off
That's what I
the wall
forgot.
and left it there.
Yes, because I was trying to clean his arm. And then I was gonna call the cops, but then I heard the sirens and I ran. And I shouldn't have. I should have stayed there and made him look pretty because he didn't deserve that. But
Where did you go when you ran specifically?
I ran through the back, through the kitchen, into the back street. That was quite empty. I didn't run. No. I did run into one person. Technically, it wasn't me because I was not being seen, but they saw me. No, they heard me giggle. That's what happened. But then they were fine. But then the cop on the main street told me to back up, and then I went back in the back street, and then I learned how to do that again, and then I was invisible and came to the inn.
You didn't go anywhere else in between.
No.
Did you leave anything behind?
How are you this calm? I just told you I killed a kid and I can't turn invisible.
So, I'm part of the legal counsel at the hospital that you were found at. Unfortunately, you're also somewhat part of my responsibility, hence I'm here to clean this mess up. So before you jump in with questions, just finish answering my questions, and I assure you I will issue everything out to you after accordingly. So, did you happen to leave anything behind? Any identifying pieces of clothing, sunglasses,
Oh, my
a phone?
My credit card.
You left a credit card.
Yes.
Anything else you can think of?
No. I even wiped clean the straw I drink out of after I was done with it. And I cleaned the table.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Unfortunately, besides that evening that I saw more of you than I'm sure you wanted anybody to say, I don't know you from Hillbilly Jim. However, I do know that you can be traced back to the hospital in your current state. So what we're going to do is you're going to join my employ. And if there's any... Oh no, that job is gone. So
What
you
do
are
you
going
mean
to
I
join...
have a deadline by next Tuesday for a grant?
Which is more important, a deadline to a grant or you staying above 6 feet?
Sure,
If you
what's
catch
an
my
awareness?
We're trying to keep you alive and out of jail right now.
What's an awareness?
No, for Sarah.
Oh, for Sarah, okay. That was fun. You muted.
Excuse me.
Seven successes. Even with having turned the volume down on the TV on the wall, the corner of your eye picks up the local Fox 5 news station as you see breaking news: Prince William County, suspect wanted. And there for sure as hell is a picture of Salma on the screen with her Virginia driver's license picture plastered up.
The jig is up. She's on the news. She needs a new identity now.
Then as you and if CJ looks, sure enough, there's your driver's license picture on the local TV on a news break about a potential or possible murder in Manassas.
So now, before that goes any further, let's get one thing straight between us, Salma. It's not, I'm here for leisure. It's, you need to do exactly as I tell you, or else you're going to end up in one of two spots. You are going to become an experiment on somebody's table, or you're going to be in an urn.
Sarah is going to go grab her laptop.
So,
All right. Mel, you get likewise a local notification on your news alerts on your phone pops up with pretty much the same screenshot. It's the Fox 5 news alert showing local Manassas professor sought in conjunction with a potential homicide in Manassas.
That's kind of what I figured.
And it is definitely her. There's no mistaking her face.
I kind of got a hunch this is what happened when Jude stormed out of there and she didn't show up. Yeah, so how's Helen doing? Is she am I able to get this screenshot off? Or I mean this selfie off?
You attempt it. The flash, there's no flash on the front camera, so you hear it make the little click sound as it does when you take a selfie. Whatever it sends out, you're not sure.
Does it still have the paper that I'm holding up that has the current time on it?
Yes.
Okay. We're just gonna wait for a response right now.
The text message you get back is, on my way.
Good. And with that, we are going to continue packing up our important shit.
Okay. Back to Mr. Jude. As things are going on, you can hear the helicopter overhead. You can see down the block is a Fox 5 news van. They've got their set feed going. There's a local reporter talking to people standing nearby, trying to get the attention of police officers and detectives and even EMT guys. They're doing what news crews do. They're digging. They're trying to get somebody to tell them what the hell's going on because, well, the local cops are pretty hot-headed about things like this happening in their own town, and they really are establishing a cordon at this point. They are pulling in, the little barricades, little sawhorses with the red and white stripes. They're pushing people back. They're really clearing the space. And you've been given a wave from the detective for you and your pair of EMTs to go ahead and collect what you need to collect. That they're for all intents and purposes done with whatever they've found here.
I'm going to help the EMTs bag the body, get it in, and then I'm just gonna ride back with them. I'm like, well, my evening's ruined. I'll probably be dealing with this tonight, so I might as well go back to the hospital.
Jude, as you are helping the EMTs do their job, you see on one of the tables inside the smoothie bar, they've got a set of evidence bags that have been written on. The one that catches your eye is a credit card in a bag with her name on it. It has a vanity picture of her kind of ghosted over whatever logo is on there, and you can make out her face.
That is not worth me putting out my neck or risking my reputation, so that is going to stay there.
There's one of those small IP cameras that's been torn out of something. It was also in a bag. There's smoothie cup. There's a liquid container filled with whatever muck was on the floor. Yeah, there's been a good collection of stuff in here. The detective seems to have done a thorough job before they flagged you in. Your pair of EMTs are good at their job. They make quick work of bagging up the body, getting it on the gurney, and out the door they go. They don't want to be here any longer. They don't like being on camera any more than you or most of the people you know. It's in the back of the ambulance. There's a police escort. Rico, you can see this from your vantage point as Jude disappears into the smoothie bar. You see him return shortly later. Pair of EMTs, a gurney, obvious body bag, load up into an ambulance and are preceded by a police car escorting them back to the hospital, as well as one following.
Going to look at my phone now, see Miller messaged me, and I'm going to message going back to the hospital. We all need to talk about this. Make sure you don't let Mel out of your sight. I don't want two things fucking up tonight.
Yeah, your phone buzzes. You maybe even look around the room once more, and yeah, there's no Mel.
I text them back. Mel was not here when I arrived. I shall take care of toe tag. We shall reconvene at a different time.
Voluntarily make a frenzy roll.
Fair. It's more of a compulsion frenzy. Is this bad news for our EMTs?
This is anger.
Fantastic. Please resolve in composure, sir. Or anger. This particular situation.
Okay. 6 successes. Correct.
Yeah, it's more than enough. You definitely get the well of the initial annoyance of being ignored when you told Selma not to go anywhere. Has freight trained through your thought process the moment you heard the first whop whop of a siren. And that's grown and repeated and repeated and repeated. And now the other one has disappeared. Yeah. There's a bit of fury. It's probably good that you're in the back of the ambulance with the now corpse as opposed to up front with one of the EMTs. Or they would see the seething that is clearly barely controlled on your face.
Yeah, very, very emotive. I'm just a happy camper. I'm gonna probably slay all of them.
Fantastic.
Oh boy.
Yay!
Flames for everybody.
You took an oath to protect lives.
Irony does not escape him.
Protecting them from you would be fair, but no. I took an oath so I could cut into people without people asking questions.
So let's just pause for a moment. We are at 4 hours recording. We probably have 3 hours and 20 minutes worth of footage. We do need to wrap up the scene with CJ and Salma and Sarah and Rico. Jude is going to be where Jude needs to be. Mel's waiting on somebody to show up.
Sarah
you guys-
was going to use her computer to text Mel, or basically to message Mel to say, come on back, but actually use her technology to make the message come up currently, but backdated, if possible.
Roll intelligence and technology, please. Let's see how good Sarah is.
We're about to find out.
While Sarah is rolling, I would like to use my craft medicine skill to craft blood pressure medication for Jude.
Oh Christ.
She's thinking of him. See, like, how sweet of her. How sweet
He
of
needs
her.
a little more than that, but the sentiment is appreciated.
And also a Kim lab, which the Three Monkeys is not. More successes? You can also burn a willpower and re-roll any regular failed dice up to 3.
One.
Okay. Well, I mean, you could roll that one and
Yeah.
have that chance.
And you get your willpower back.
How
do you regain
next-
willpower?
Oh wait,
Next
that's
section,
different
right?
for
successes.
ghouls. 5 total successes. So you know some tricks. You know, once you let these two in, you kind of demanded a way of getting a hold of them if you had to. You know, if the building was burning down on top of them, you'd want to be able to let them know.
It is now.
Not this building.
No, not my building, but their buildings.
You craft a nifty little message through whatever back channels you seem to have and push it through one of Melissa's main online forums. That's probably one of her favorites that she had the largest followings on. You figure that would be the one that got her attention, or that she'd at least have notifications on her phone. And Mel, even as you're looking at the image that you tried to send, you do get an unread message even after having cleared all your messages. It's starred as important, private, and personal, and it looks like it came from you.
Yeah, I'm opening it up.
It clearly says exactly what, Sarah?
Meet where you were first seen.
Okay, we're going to message back. She killed the guy, right?
No answer.
Right. We're going to send her the message saying it's like, thanks for everything. we'll get out of your hair. And we're gonna wait for Helen.
Terrell, I will give you an additional technology and intelligence roll.
Five successes with a crit.
Again with the big rolls. You're a crafty chick. You're pretty clever. You dig into the metadata of the response message and are able to pull up the metadata geotrack that is attached to these kinds of messages and can pinpoint pretty much where Melissa is right this moment, or at least pretty close.
It's 8 p.m. Damn it.
Now, what you do with that information is entirely up to you.
Mr. Milliner,
Yes, ma'am.
the Mel, my dear Mel is at her old apartment at the moment. I don't know how long she'll be there. Send Rico.
Yes. If you could send him to retrieve her as soon as possible. Her whereabouts have become a primary acquisition.
Oh?
Yes.
I crawl to the bottom of the ladder, or get to the bottom of the ladder of the bell tower, and say, Rico, you're needed to leave.
Okie dokie. Where am I going?
And I give him the specific
See,
address.
Speaks and is
Mel.
suddenly visible looking down the ladder at you there. He wasn't there a moment ago. You have seen this trick before. It's still
A little
off-putting.
unnerving. Yes. I've seen it many times before.
No, you
Oh.
can do it too.
So, where am I going and what am I doing?
Going to Mel's apartment. She's there. We need her contained.
Oh, God.
Need you to keep an eye on her until I hear from Jude.
And I don't know how to get a hold of Javier, so you're it.
Okay. All right. Off I go down to Rosalita.
I would text Jude and say Show Tunes is en route to handle the fledgling till further notice.
No response. Like you see like the like I don't know how new your phone is, but yeah,
Typing.
there's no time. Well, Jude's phone doesn't have that. It's just like a not even a flip phone. It's just like a Nokia brick.
So can all of you turn invisible?
No.
We're not going to discuss that whole point right now. I'm going to get your assurance of cooperation, and then I'm going to get my version of a signature, and then you're going to do exactly as I say until we get this mess straightened out. You have that single choice to make right now.
That's not much of a choice now, is it?
Everybody's free to have a choice. The door is at the bottom of the stairs. Your fate awaits you outside. I can still hear the faint sound of sirens off in the distance.
You can, because I killed someone because what your kind did to me.
Before you start whipping around your kind, you and I are nothing alike. Let's get that straight right now. So, the only reason I'm offering you this is a personal favor to somebody else.
Fine, I'll take it. But what about Mother and we're colleagues? Everybody's seen the news.
And
What are we gonna
as
do about this?
she continues to speak, he would reach into the briefcase and he would pull out a small scalpel. And he would pick up the empty glass that's on top of said table. And from behind the table, he would cut his wrist and start pouring it into the glass until it's at a sizable amount.
I'm not hungry.
Oh, you don't have a choice.
CJ, you have an additional point of hunger as you
Yes.
bloodlet yourself into the glass.
So, again, back to that previous statement I made, I don't know you from Hillbilly Jim. So, I can assure you that I shall keep you safe and I shall become your advocate. However, for the time being, I need assurances. So, he would reach up, lick his wrist, pick up the glass, push it across the table towards her. I need you to fully drink that immediately. And then he reaches into his briefcase and he would normally carry around like a set of clippers because he's constantly running around down doing business. And before he wasn't braced, he had semi-disheveled hair as it is, so every single evening he needs to shave before he goes out. He would also put the battery-operated trimmer next to it, and after you finish drinking that, you're going to go into the bathroom and shave all of your hair off.
What?
I assure you, by tomorrow evening, it will all grow back, but we need to get you out of here safely and securely. And since I know you still can't control yourself with certain abilities, I need to do everything in my power to hide your identity until I can get you physically out of sight. So drink that, shave that. It's time to go ASAP.
Even as he barks at you,
sorry.
even as he barks at you, issues orders, the rush from the scent of this particular vitae is pretty intense. Even though you've pretty much quelled your thirst, this is not the same. This is intoxicating in scent, it's intoxicating in color. Even the look of the texture of the liquid in the glass is alluring. You haven't seen blood like this. This is different. This isn't that. This is something different. In fact, your mind starts playing tricks about, I wonder what it tastes like. As he's
Sarah will go into a private stock of her personal belongings and come out with a very wide-brimmed hat that Selma can wear on her way out with Mr.
Napkin,
Milliner.
Sarah?
What was that, Selma?
Do you have a napkin?
Yes, I do.
Can I have one, please?
Out comes a cloth napkin placed
Lovely.
onto the table for you.
Thank you. Puts the glass right in the middle after sorting the napkin out.
this a weird ritualistic setup of what's in front of her as she gives it minutiae attention.
And she looks at the glass and what does this mean exactly? What's gonna happen to me?
This means for the time being that just in case if you decide to go against anything that I advise, at least for the next couple of weeks, it's going to be a lot harder for you to decide going against that.
It's not impossible, just difficult.
and she drinks it. And then wipes the glass with the napkin, folds the napkin carefully, and put the glass on top of the napkin. And as like Milliner pointing out, reaching, she's trying to like keep an eye on his wrist.
There's no
what
wound.
did you do? How did you do that?
We'll
Can
talk
I
about that
see?
later. I need you to go into the bathroom, shave your head. Miss Strong, when available, would you be able to get me a bottle of something red? It doesn't have to be of any particular vintage.
Certainly, sir. I'll be right back.
Thank you very much.
I go to the stocks that are downstairs in the basement. I get actually something that's quite nice, and I ensure that it is acceptable to the gentleman who's ordered it. Bring it back upstairs and say, I believe this will do fine.
Thank you very much. And he would immediately drink it, waiting for her to be finished.
Strangely, perfect. Absolutely perfect for your tastes.
I didn't doubt that in any way.
Salma, you turn, collect, and go with razor in hand and doubts in mind towards the bathroom as the rush of that drink, his blood, his vitae, is definitely better than that teenager, as young and as delicious as that life was. It's almost a forgotten moment at the taste of another vampire's blood. This is fan-fucking-tastic. Your mind's never
And
been
his
so
arms
sharp
stayed
in the
clean.
moment. Melissa, there's a brief knock at the door, a little coated one that you're familiar with. It's been set up before.
Yeah, we're going to let her in immediately.
Heather rushes you, grabbing you and wrapping arms around you in an embrace.
Yeah, we're pulling her in and then locking the door behind us. Making sure, while we were waiting for her, we made sure all the blinds were drawn in the room. Everything, all that sort of thing. It's like, yeah, I know,
Where have you been? Oh my!
We'll get to that. It's.
Oh my
there's a
god!
lot to
And she
explain. First off,
recoils as you're both stumbling in words. As she was hugging and cheek to cheek, feels how cold your flesh is.
yeah, pull out your phone, take a picture of me. She's gonna pose.
She, even as you pose,
Just do
she's
it.
still like, "Are you okay?"
Just do it.
Okay. And she whips out a phone and goes to flip a camera picture, and her phone doesn't react. I know I had, I charged it. Let me see your phone.
Yeah, sure, exactly. Use my phone.
And you hand it over. Again, tries to take a picture, and your phone is suddenly dead on battery again.
Yeah, I can do that. Okay.
Are you okay, really?
Again, there's a lot to go over.
What's a Rico knock sound like?
Well, hold on. I pull up in Rosalina. I text Mr. Milliner. Hey, Bob, at the location, do you want a fledgling nap or surveillance?
I have a question.
Yes?
Is music playing when Rosalina rolls up.
Most likely, yes.
You're in an
Back in the
apartment building. That could be anywhere.
Back in the apartment, she's like, "Oh fuck, it's them."
As
Okay.
he's putting his things away back into the briefcase, his phone goes off again, and he texts back to Rico. That would be up to Jude. I would text Jude to find out specifics.
All right. I copy, paste, send to Jude. Exact same message. Nothing changes.
You get those wonderful 16-bit tones on your Nokia brick that you've got in a text message. It's from Rico's number and says exactly that.
Rico,
So-
I messaged you.
Look at the chat.
Oh, you messaged me. Sorry, I didn't realize you did it that way.
I just meant like if you have to like hit them with the vehicle, if you have to hit her with the vehicle, bring her ass to the hospital.
Yeah, it's like acknowledged. Actually, I just send you ACK, A-C-K in capital letters. Do. So I walk up to the to what I presume is I go into the building. I look at the
Not hard.
name boxes, figure out which apartment is theirs. Go up and I go, literally shave and a haircut, 2 bits. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, Mel is frantically pulling Helen into her room.
Helen spins at the sound of the door, not expecting anyone as you're tugging her back.
Don't
She
answer
doesn't
it.
resist you, but now she's got this terrified look on her face, like, what the hell have you gotten? Where have you been? What's going? What is wrong with you? And Rico, you hear this slew
Do you
of
remember?
voices through the thin apartment doors and walls.
Do you remember Jax?
Yeah, I think so.
Strange girl she'd hang out at cons and stuff.
Oh, she's that Marrakesh girl. She was in that cult. You're not in that cult, are you? Rico,
Oh,
she's not being
I don't
quiet.
want to be, and that's why I'm packing my bags. Okay.
Kick the door in.
Bitch. Grabbing.
Strength and brawl, sir.
Yes.
One's enough. This is an apartment building. This is Fort Knox, and you're a vampire, and it's a thin piece of wood. It doesn't come unhinged, but there is a violent sound, and now a booted leg sticking through the lower half of your door as Helen shrieks frighteningly and like grabs a hold of you with both hands, terrified.
That's good. I'm gonna say, do not let go. And with my suitcase, I am going to go to the window and I am going to throw it through the window to break it. Or wait, actually, if we don't have a screen, I don't think we have a screen, so it should be fine to just open it. We're inside.
As soon as I get through the door, I'm activating awe and going, hey, come on, let's just leave nicely.
I don't like that.
Okay, multiple things happen at once. There is a violent boot stomp through a door. Your best friend in the universe, who doesn't know that you are officially dead yet, has come answering your call, frighteningly grabs hold of you, terrified because she just saw a boot and leg come through your door. After all of the cloak and dagger shit, terrified, and you turn, dragging her towards the bedroom window.
She's holding on to us, right? So we're
She's got you by 2 hands. She's like holding you from behind. She like grabbed a hold of both your arms and it's like, because
Yeah.
there's
All right.
someone coming through that door.
Helen, I need you to hold on tight.
She's suddenly relaxed her grip and is turned looking towards what is now the open door and Rico standing in the doorway speaking at you. The sensation of awe is not being aggressive at this point now that he's in the door. He's the most important thing at this exact moment.
Weird. Can we attempt to resist this?
Absolutely, you can resist awe.
You can, but your girlfriend can't.
Yeah,
This is true.
Aha.
We still have prowess activated, right?
You do. Wait, prowess.
It's only for the scene.
I think prowess is per scene. Thank you.
Great.
Before I step on my own tongue.
We are going to rouse the blood yet again, then.
Yes, please. A single dive.
Failure.
Okay, you gain hunger.
Yeah.
Nom, nom, nom.
This is also your home. It feels suddenly invaded. There's new emotions that you're not accustomed to when people are in your home. This feels like a fuck you.
Yeah, we're going to grab Helen, right? Well, first of all, we're going to drop the suitcase out the window. Right?
I'm listening. I'm just reading a couple things real quick.
You know. What we'd like to do is grab Helen, like Princess Carrie style, and then jump out the window and attempt to land on our feet
So
as
that's
best
your
we can.
that's your intended action.
This
I
is
got
the
it.
plan. This
Yeah,
is the plan.
Rico, if you will please roll your manipulation and presence.
Okay, dokie.
I promise I didn't start the wick on the candle of the dumpster fire this time. This was none of my doing. I promise.
We have 3 fledglings. I mean, I don't see how this was ever not going to happen.
3 successes with a crit.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. Mel.
Oh, fuck.
By the way, I had to burn a willpower to get the food.
Okay, just mark the temporary willpower.
Yeah. I will do that.
Mel, I need you to roll composure and intelligence, please.
Okay. For instance, 2. Composure is 2. Son of a bitch.
Don't forget blood dice.
Got 4. 3 of them are blood dice.
Woof.
Yeah, this is not great. How does a willpower work again?
Okay, so
You can reroll
burn
any black dice.
You can re-roll up to 3 failed normal dice at the cost of burning a temporary willpower. So if the black die that you have, or the normal die that you have, is already a success, burning a willpower will do you absolutely no good.
We got. So that's a 6 and 2 10s on the blood die. And the. You know what? We'll burn a willpower to re-roll the regular die.
Well, hold
Wait,
on, you may not
whoa.
need to, because 2 10s is 4 successes.
Wait,
Really?
wait. So out of the 3 blood die on your original roll, what did you have?
Oh, it's a 9. A 9, a 10, and a 10.
Okay. That's 4 successes. That's what's considered a messy critical.
Oh dear.
So my question to you this is, as someone is obviously struck by this person's presence, and you're not sure if it's because he kicked through the door and then let himself in and she's just terrified, or you're not sure why, but the sensation of awe that started on you turned into a poke in your eye, a scratch at a scratch, just like insult to, this is my house, this is my apartment, this is my domain, and this is my friend, and you come in here and make these words coming out that you would have never used on any of your social media in the back of your mind. All of your favorite fans and characters are now screaming at your head to take this fool down. How dare he? And he's putting Ooh in danger? This isn't a run moment. This is the messy critical.
It has to be. It has to be a run moment.
So, Helen is not going to respond unless you bodily take her with you.
Yeah, no, again, we are like picking her up off her feet, scooping her up like princess style, and then we are jumping out the window.
In a moment, remember, we're messing with a messy critical. You don't understand the mechanics of two.
I really don't.
So there's two things. There's the messy critical and the bestial failure.
Oh dear.
The messy critical is things go horribly, horribly right. Like uncontrollably right for that moment, where a bestial failure, things go horribly, horribly wrong for you in the exact opposite direction. So in this moment, in the mind, in the fledgling's mind, even though you're a fledgling, this is an invasion. He's threatening your touchstone.
Does it help that I did not turn any of the lights on the apartment on?
Of course it does. The shadows are your friend. In fact, in the moment, I would imagine that the will to push them out probably overrides your will to run from this guy at this moment, because you would be more concerned with protecting this real life connection to humanity.
So
you have a rouse check again for the arms of Armand.
Yep. And that is a 10.
That's a success.
Holy
That means
shit.
you don't gain hunger.
Okay.
What do you will them to do?
No.
This is kind of a
normally-
reflexive thing.
So normally the arms would be just like sprouting out from my shadow, but because the room is just, I left no lights on, the
It's
blinds
dark.
are all drawn, there's nothing in here. Just what Rico would see.
There's the
is-
light flooding in from the hallway, silhouetting Rico.
Yeah. Or what Rico would see is just a bunch of tendrils of shadow, like in that silhouette, that shadow silhouette, like closing in on him.
What do you will them to do? What is your intent?
They are tossing him out off the balcony of the apartment complex.
Rapid reflexes to get out of the way.
A moment.
Oh, yeah. That was a rouse check on Oblivion. You just took a stain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's another stain.
these things
So I have
happen.
like, I have a resources of 2. How high would you say my apartment would be in the city? Like how many stories high?
Manassas, the tallest building in Manassas, other than the hospital, is like one office building that's like 6 stories. Most buildings in Manassas are 3 or 4 floors at most, because there's a local regional airport nearby, so they have building height restrictions.
So 2nd to 3rd floor, maybe?
Yeah, probably. Why is Oblivion not in the main damn book? I mean, I swear to God.
What do you need to look up?
I need to look at the mechanics real quick. That's all.
That would be on page 292 of Chicago by Night.
All right, 1 second.
Honestly, I thought it was fucked, but now I like my chances.
You may like your chances, but your girlfriend may not like it.
Hey.
I really hate to kill your touchstone in the first friggin' session.
It's hot.
Oh no.
Oh, I love
Dumpster
playing with
fire.
you fun kids.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've been muted this whole time. The bad thing about messy criticals is like you can do what you want, but like, what if you accidentally activate lethal body and you're grabbing your friend and you leap out the window with her? Like, sure, you leaped out the window with her, you succeeded, but you
crushing her
you have
arm.
a corpse, in your hand.
We're
It's Gwen
trying.
Stacy and Spider-Man.
We're trying our best not to like. Yeah, no, that's the problem.
But these
It's our
things
lethal
happen.
body. Our lethal body. We don't really know the extent of it. I think, at best, we had one encounter with some muggers.
No, you
And
had the one encounter with me.
Oh yeah, that.
Where you didn't squish me because I'm not that squishable. I'm squishable. I'm just not that squishable. I'm not Helen squishable.
Okay, so
We don't kill her.
Melissa, wits, roll your wits and oblivion, please. So that's the total pips in oblivion that you have plus your wits. Don't forget
Okay.
your blood dice.
So
Oh, 4 of them.
You know, Rico hasn't forgotten.
I think I have 3 right now, right? Because I saved that last one.
Right?
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you have 3.
So let's see. That's 3 for wits. That's 2 for oblivion. We got some items swapped out. Boy.
can you swap out 3?
3 of them being the blood die.
Oh, I thought it was 4 for your
No, it's 3.
3.
Because I got a 10 on that last rouse.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Oh my god. Holy shit. Okay. We have 2 regular failures on the blood die and 1 10 on a blood die. A 10 and a 5 on the regular die.
That's 4 successes. As the 2 10s equal 4 successes.
It's also a bestial, or a messy critical too, isn't it? Because one of
No.
them is on.
Was he
blood
didn't
die.
have? He didn't have. What? Okay, so ST question here for my fellow STs. How do you guys play that? Because I usually play a messy critical. Is that you've gotten 2 10s in your blood die, or is it
As
that
long
you
as-
got a critical as long as one of them? Okay, so that's a messy crit.
Yeah.
Fan fucking tastic. Sorry, Rico. This is gonna suck.
Oh no.
So Mel,
Wait.
your intention is to get him out of the apartment, or get
Yeah,
I mean,
Throwing me out of the 2nd story window.
3rd story window actually.
Oh, sure. Now it's 3rd story. It was 2nd story when you wanted to jump, right?
he got the messy critical. He's gonna lift you up a little higher and then let you go.
Do you get a defense though?
What do I defend with?
I believe it's composure
There-
and
Resolve and a constricted victim may roll resolve and composure and achieve more successes than the attacker to simply pass through the tendrils, incurring no harm. This action does not dissipate the arms of Armand, which can attack again on a subsequent turn if the wielder wishes it and the target is still within reach. So, Rico, you do have the opportunity to roll wits and composure, sir. And you can also, rouse the blood and tap your potence too. I mean, now this is shadows are coming at you. You've seen this before from this person.
Okay, so blood surge is 2 dice, right?
Oh, I
What's
have
your
to pick
what's your
my phone.
potence?
Potence is 1, so blood surge is 2 dice.
3 dice.
3?
No, two.
Oh,
Two.
cool.
Sorry, 2 potence is 3 dice, right? One
Yeah.
potence is 2 dice.
2 now, yeah. So do I have
That-
to do a rouse check for that?
Yes, you do.
I do a rouse check
Charge.
for
This
blood
is-
surge. I do
Yes.
Correct.
a, Okay, so I failed that, which means I got hungrier.
Yep. That's
but
right.
I now have 2 additional dice on my roll,
Correct. And
which
so
is
you-
composure and resolve plus my extra dice.
correct.
Just double checking. Okay. And now I have hunger of 2.
Yeah.
I am attributing all of this to that Santa Martha Enlet that I picked up.
Fantastic.
7 successes, burning of willpower, and messy critical.
What?
Okay. This might go bad for Mel. And Helen. I didn't start this dumpster fire, I promise.
We didn't start the fire.
From Mel's perspective, she just wants to get out of this crazy cult. And they
Yeah.
are letting her. She's the reasonable one. I just want to go on the record and say that.
In Mel's perspective, I can understand how Mel would see it that way.
So can Sarah.
Okay, so the arms pass through me, no effect, right?
So what was
7 successes, messy critical.
messy critical? Yeah, so you pass through them like as they reach out for you, emanating from Mel. A couple of things happen at once. A, the human in the room loses her shit as the air around Mel darkens, coalesces, obscuring Mel's presence to who was supposed to be someone being protected. Helen screams at the top of her lungs, feeling the cold, dark shadows rushing past her towards Rico. And nothing in her entire life could have prepared her for the horror she is witnessing in this moment.
Mel is just going to say,
Mel,
welcome to my...
you have an additional stain on your humanity as you've exposed the true horror of yourself to one of your touchstones.
Yeah.
Inflicting her for life with these memories. She came at your beck and call, your special word, your codes, special knocks. She knew you were in trouble.
Yeah, this is me in trouble.
Rico, this fledgling is doing it again.
Oh yeah, I'm not happy.
Stepping
Helen?
forward.
Helen
is screaming. Mel, you realize that your arms did not, in fact, toss him out a window. They tried to grapple, and he walked straight through them as if they weren't even there. Rico, what do? You have a
38
messy...
special comes out, and I level it, and I point to the girl, and I say, I only asked once.
You're pointing at Helen, who's currently screaming?
Yes.
Yeah, you have her attention, and Mel, yeah, he got a gun pointed at her face and just came through your arms of Armand, which you still probably aren't fully aware or in control of. I would imagine that this moment your beast roils up in the back of your mind out of nowhere, gripping you by the spine in a territorial frenzy of either protect or kill or both. Your composure and resolve, please, as the frenzy creeps up in you, threatening to take over your conscious thoughts.
You come with me, I promise you'll both be safe.
That is 3 successes and 1 failure. Regular failure.
I would say in this moment that is not enough to stop the frenzy. You are too new a vampire. These emotions are intense. They are powerful. They are overwhelming. They are intoxicating. The power that you feel it's addictive. And this is more addictive than any bit of the entire experience you had before this moment. This is the most amazing, frightful, horrific thing that could have ever happened, and it is wonderful.
Is that wonderful?
Rico,
Let's see what we can do here.
you see the darkness gather in Melissa's eyes. The human seems to be an afterthought, shrieking, falling to her knees, grabbing your left leg, begging you not to kill her, as the arms of Armand rush back towards you from Mel. A moment while I look at Mel's character sheet real quick. Frenzy sucks.
Mel is screaming, like, why won't you leave me alone?
Why won't you just fucking come with me?
So you've already tapped prowess, lethal body. You have the arms of Armand floating, hunger, and in frenzy. The desire to leave is no longer in your mind. You have lost control at this point. So imagine all of the circumstance you've experienced in the last 72 hours. Mm-hmm. The hunger, the blood bags, the myriad of people, the mind fucks, what you witnessed, and everything. What would Mel's beast do? These arms aren't going away until you will them, and they are your rightful weapons. They are weapons.
I mean, there's only one thing right here that's consistently getting in our way, and that's Rico. And
correct. And he's pointing a gun, threatening the life of your touchstone. What do you command your arms to do?
just our arms. We're going to attempt to wrap a tendril around his neck.
Okay. So roll your wits in oblivion again. You don't have to rouse again. The arms are already manifested.
Whew. Okay, cool. That's good. That's good. So that is 3 successes.
Rico, again, your resolve and composure.
But no blood rouse, right?
No, sir.
Just double check.
You've already roused the blood. You've already surged the blood. That's active for a scene. So you still have that extra die. Or 2 dice.
How many successes?
He had 3. She had 3. The arms
3.
had 3.
3. That's my 3rd willpower now.
Oh, you burn again.
Yeah.
Okay. The darkness of shadows reaches out, snaking around your throat and gripping. This time, it's real. You feel it tightening.
I don't breathe, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm worried about my head getting ripped off, though.
Yeah, that's the idea.
You still have a gun propped up against the head of the mortal. You
Target
have
change.
all.
Boom. Shooting Melissa.
All right.
Because I got
Dexterity and firearms, please.
Yes. That would be 5 dice.
Oh boy.
2. I'm not burning a willpower on that.
Oh, I mean, you're basically at arm's reach. You've come into the room and put a gun to the person that was standing right next to Melissa, so it's not like you're far away. 2's enough to shoot and hit Melissa at point blank range. Mel, there is a bright flash. The room is lit. The sound of a gun going off is deafening right in this small enclosed apartment. There's a pain. Where do you shoot, Mel? Just like center mass? Are you aiming, or are you just like turn and pull?
Center mass.
So yeah, there's this sudden intense pain and burning right in the middle of your chest, a little below your sternum, as something impacts you. You're still in a frenzy. Your thought is, now I'm being attacked in my own home. My anchor to humanity is being threatened, and now I'm being shot. So you now have at least the tendrils around Rico's neck as he begins pulling the trigger, shooting you. But you have 2 superficial. What is your weapon damage?
+3.
+3. So you have 3 superficial wounds on your health track as the bullet rips through your vampiric flesh.
Oh. There you go. Okay. I guess we... See, because as a player, I don't want to do this, but don't know.
Welcome to Frenzy.
Do it.
Don't know if I actually have that choice right now.
You can choose to every turn. You can choose to try to
Regain
stave
control.
off the. Yeah.
Yeah, we could try that for now, because alternatively, we are going to attempt to tear off his head.
All right. So instead of attacking, you're trying to regain control of yourself, seeing the violence unfold in your apartment, the potential life of your touchstone being threatened.
Yeah, so what do we roll?
That'd be your willpower and resolve, if I am correct. Your unspent willpower and resolve.
2. Okay. And I also include the blood die in this one too, right?
I don't think you do that for willpower and resolve check, do you?
What's that?
Do you include blood dice for willpower and resolve? Or, yeah. No.
I don't think so.
Oh, well, hey, that's a relief for me. One success, no critical failures.
Okay, there's no willpower reroll on a willpower check.
Yeah, that's what I
And
figured.
one success is not enough to break a frenzy. You're caught up in the moment. Rico, the arms of Armand tighten on your neck and begin to pull.
I don't want to do this.
You can feel things like the vertebrae decompressing as your head is being pulled at by these spectral arms.
Second shot, 3 successes.
Again, another
3.
bang, flood of light. Another bullet tearing through you is another 3 additional superficial wounds. That, I believe, puts one of your wounds to aggravated.
Was it
Okay,
3
so
and
you
3?
have
Yeah, 3 and 3. 6.
No,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6.
6. Oh, you have 7 health. So you have one more dot of regular
Yeah.
health before things start converting to superficial.
I'm gonna rip my own fucking head off.
Um,
Holy, just give in, kid. Fuck. Stop.
Out.
wits,
And we are going to.
Come
Well-
with me.
Mel, I'm going to give you another wits and oblivion roll first before you have another chance to.
Oh man, I don't want to do this.
These do include. This does include your blood die.
Yeah, I already got that one. 3 successes.
3 successes. Rico. This sucks. This
Resolving
sucks.
composure again, right?
I don't want to do this.
The only resolving composure that you're going to have right now is whether or not you frenzy, because the threat to your life is very, very real. You feel the bones in your neck begin to separate. The vertebrae are, you can feel your skin stretching. This dark, abysmal arms are literally trying to tear your head off.
Please don't make me do this. Oh god. Oh my god. This is not how I wanted things to go.
Of that, I am absolutely certain.
I don't want to
At
do
this point, it's either him or me. Like,
But yeah, you're in that mindset.
I don't see me surrendering and surviving this.
Right. He's in a frenzy. She's in a frenzy and are using abyssal powers to tear your head from your shoulders.
So all I can do is hope to God I get a good fucking shot.
I mean, I'd be panicking and pulling triggers.
Can I do another, like, willpower check?
As soon as Rico takes his action, yes.
5 successes.
Okay, you plug him again right through the chest. That's
I gotta
another.
do that 3 more times.
No, we don't, because we're kind of at the 3 and done rule here.
Cool.
Because we're kind of dragging out the scene and need to wrap up for the evening too. But Mel, you do take another 3 additional damage. That's 1 more superficial and 2 convert to aggravated wounds.
Okay. Oh
Then
my god.
I will give you another willpower and resolve roll.
Can I throw some of my dice into this?
I you know what? I would welcome it.
The good
Okay.
thing is that the difficulty becomes lower the longer you're in frenzy. It's
3 successes.
you realize you're about to rip his head off, and he's trying to stop you from doing that. He's no longer threatening Helen, although she seems to be unconscious.
We shift the tentacles to the gun instead.
Okay, so you release Rico's neck.
Yes.
Rico, you have the resist roll. You can maintain control of the weapon, although your head feels a bit loose.
Oh. My plan, if I can do this, is to release the gun and feed off of her.
Okay. Yeah, so your arms of Armand
Sorry.
wrap up the gun.
Sorry, feed off of who?
Rico relents and
And I'm
goes
feeding from Helen.
to a knee and feeds as you fumble with a weapon now that you are actually in control of your own actions.
And by the way, lingering kiss.
Sorry. What is he doing?
In this
And I'm only
moment,
taking 1 point. I'm only taking 1 point, but I'm doing lingering kiss.
okay. I'm trying to wrap up, y'all. I promise. I'm sorry. Dice are dice, damn it.
Keep it fucking going.
I should have popped your goddamn head off.
I'm not killing
No,
her.
we're not supposed to be PvPing, but you fledglings haven't learned that yet. Lingering kiss. That is in potence or
It's presence. And you need to look under the V5 errata for the newest.
I'm not looking up the errata right now. Feel free to educate me
I have it pulled up.
whilst I look up lingering kiss.
No, that's what I'm saying. The lingering kiss stuff is Brent. It's you need to look at there.
Whenever feeding, you have the option to make your victims addicted to your kiss. They obsess over it and seek you out for repeated experience. The cost is free.
Yes. And they get a presence rounded up to one social ability of their choice. And this benefit lasts for a single night. Once it fades, withdrawals strike, and the active all actions not spent on working towards acquiring a new fix receive a dice penalty equal to the initial bonus.
Okay, so lingering kiss is not something Mel is going to notice happening. But Rico gave up the gun, grabbed up an arm, and helped himself to a bit of a slurp.
And then
Still
I dropped the arm and I backed right off.
Still Helen
Dude,
unconscious.
She's not dead, but guess what? She's gonna find me now. I've marked her. Now, I'll let the mark go. All you gotta do is come with me. I wanted to do this peacefully. You wouldn't open the fucking door.
Mel is going to pick up the gun.
But you have the gun in the arms of Armand. You're technically holding the gun.
We're gonna walk over to him, right?
I'm not letting him. I'm not like you're coming at me with a gun. I'm like moving in a way that is gonna not make it. I'm not gonna stand there and have you put it to my head. Fuck it. No, I'm moving. Like screw it.
Yeah, you've already proven that you're willing to tear his head off. He's not gonna be like, yeah, what do you want, kid?
That wasn't. I mean, yes, we were gonna put it to his head, but not that one.
Oh, you want to shoot me in the nuts? Go ahead.
Yeah, so he arms of Armand layer and level the gun at your crotch as you're standing there telling him, look, she's mine or you come with me.
Just come with me, dude. Come with me.
I mean,
we were trying to explain this all to you. You didn't stick around. You left. You took your chance. You ran. This is what happens when you run. We find you.
Yeah, we'll pull the trigger, but then we'll go with him.
All right. So I get shot in the nuts.
The 3 superficial wounds right to the crotch. God, damn, y'all are mean. If it isn't bad enough, it isn't bad enough that Mel's shadow is trying to jerk your neck off. We had to go lower.
Listen,
damn.
Okay, listen.
We have that warning on our intro video, so y'all were warned, audience. I don't want to hear it
legally. You are fucking covered.
So says my in-character lawyer. I don't want to hear the emails.
As I'm sitting there holding,
I don't normally go for that, but like just that lingering kiss is
sure, but you don't know what I've done.
Nasty, and I just
dude. Shall I carry the suitcase so you can carry the girl?
She's just gonna growl at you as she picks up Helen.
Do you pick her up with the arms of Armand or with your actual hands? Do you dismiss the arms?
We are dismissing the arms.
Okay. Darkness
we are going to
returns to some normal semblance around Mel, although the intensity in Mel's expression does not fade. The reality of the moment, you fed off of her.
I pick up the gun that's been dropped by the arms. I holster it.
Oh, the thing about the gun. Can we attempt to, like, with the arm, snap it in half before we dismiss it?
Yeah, it's no. You
Okay,
can,
then,
but
yeah,
it
no.
looks like your arms are playing this weird tug of war kind of thing.
No, that's fine. That's fine then.
I pick up the suitcase and go, after you. You obviously know my car. Back seat's real comfortable.
And she'll go.
You take Helen with you, right?
Yeah.
And we go down to the car. I put the suitcase in the passenger seat. They're in the back seat. I text. I do a group chat with Milliner and Germain, and I say, got the kid, lost my balls. Want some payment? Fuck. And drive to wherever I'm guessing back to the Three Monkeys.
There was no other instructions given and to bring them back. We are gonna pass time.
And growing.
I just
To
want
get back-
to let you know that I would never normally go for that. It's just, this is a very sensitive sort of like thing, and it's like you don't go after, like, you don't force
You
yourself on
are
a girl like that,
reacting
okay?
exactly
Hey,
how
okay.
you should be reacting
All good.
in the moment.
Dude,
There's nothing
gotcha.
wrong with any choice you've made whatsoever.
I got you. It's all good. You did what you did, man. Like Rico's like, you did what you did. I did what I did. We're where we are. Whatever. You know.
Except my
let's
neck's
go,
a
man.
little loose.
Yeah, my neck's a little loose and my
He's not
balls are
5'9"
gone.
anymore. He's like 5'11". But unfortunately, his head kind of lolls to one side.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
So the
Would
trip
it make
back,
you feel any better that I'm not sorry that I shot you 3 times?
the trip
I'm
back
not
to the
sorry
Three
I shot you.
Monkeys. The trip to the Three Monkeys is uneventful. By the time that you get there, the occurrence down at the juice bar has been cleared up. There's like police tape across the front door. Most of the emergency vehicles have gone. Most of the crowd is dispersed, other than a few people who are just late night looky-loos wandering around Old Town Manassas. Jude is not there. You assume that you saw him get into the ambulance, so you assume he's probably back at the hospital. You are met at the door. Joe opens it and just kind of points up the stairs. Seeing Mel carrying a person.
Couple
Joe
bullet holes in the chest.
kind of puts a hand up for a moment and goes, look, Mel, right? Yeah? Mel? Yeah? Joe? Cook? Works here?
He just glares back at you.
Don't look at me like that, please. That's really fucking unnerving, and I don't appreciate it in my house. Not cool, man. I'm just here to do a job. I'll take care of your friend, and I'll lock her down in your little room, and you can have the key, and nobody will mess with her, I promise. But I'm pretty sure that my boss, she wants to talk to you, and all of her friends do. They're pretty excited, actually, about you being here. I don't know what. Fucking hell, Rico, what the hell? And he notices your crotch.
Dude, I need a bottle and I need one now.
He points absently towards the bar. As in, like, it's over there, as he's still trying to deal with Mel and this unconscious human.
And I take
Look.
a little bit of a detour over to the jukebox. I plug it in and I go, and if you ever fucking unplug this again, I will shoot you in the crotch. And then I walk over and grab a bottle.
Mel is just gonna very quietly say, if you touch her,
Oh, dude,
I
that's not me. That's not my style. Look, I'm just the cook, man. I'm just trying to help. Let me help you.
let me through.
Okay, give me your friend so I can go lay her down so she's not exposed to what the fuck ever happens next.
I will put her down in my room. No one is going to touch her.
Awesome.
Joe, don't argue with him. He'll shoot you in the nuts.
And he looks again and steps aside, locking the door behind Melissa as she enters the building.
I just wanted to skip town, man.
Milliner, Salma, and Sarah can all hear this. It's everything's been locked down, turned off. There's no more outside noises. The sound carries in this church like it does in a church. It is acoustically designed to catch whispers.
Sarah immediately goes downstairs and says to Rico, not that one, two over on the right. That's the one you want.
Cool. And I very gingerly go upstairs.
Scratching at his crotch.
What's left of it.
It itches, man.
Well, in a few minutes when I grow it back.
So Rico makes his way up the stairs, trusting that Mel's not going to bolt while Joe's down there keeping an eye on things. Milliner, Salma, Sarah, as Rico comes up the stairs, there's no mistaking that his neck looks funny. His head kind of cocks to one side. There's a definite impression. It looks like someone wrapped a pole around his head and tightened it. And there's the unmistakable smell of cordite and burned clothes. And yeah, he wasn't kidding. My balls.
Hey, boss, if that one over there can grow fucking arms, I'm out.
I can assure you, as far as I'm aware of, she can't. But oh my god, what the fuck?
I tried to ask nicely. I swear to God, I knocked.
Kick down my door.
I knocked,
As
and you wouldn't
Mel
answer
ascends the stairs again, joining the rest of you after having deposited Helen in the basement.
I'm not blaming you, Rico. And he points over at Mel. You will sit down and shut the fuck up right now.
You notice Mel has 3 clear, large bullet wounds in her chest, center mass, and isn't even paying the first bit of attention to it.
I am getting sick and tired of having to babysit fucking fledglings
She
No
looks
one
enraged.
asked you.
in my home.
I home too.
Good
I
morning!
I just want nothing to do with any of this. That's all. I don't want to do anything. I won't tell your stupid little secret. I won't use the fucking V word or whatever, but I just don't want any part of this.
Who fucking who? You are part of this. So learn how to fucking be part of it, and don't shoot people in the fucking balls.
She's just gonna glare at Rico.
Some of it.
Do you need to kiss the sun?
You're not sure what she means by that.
Salma would get up, and like go to Mel. This time not touching her because she was kind of Prof last time. But,
Mel looks fucked up. Mel looks like she got shot 3 times in the chest.
Are you okay?
I am not okay.
I go.
Okay, this is gonna sound strange, but can I just take a picture of your chest real quick?
We're not taking any pictures.
No, let her take a picture. Go ahead.
No. You don't dictate things here.
I'll take a picture myself. Here.
You need to
Take out her phone and she's gonna take a picture.
and he would slap it out of her hand.
Many things
You
happen
need
at
to
once.
understand something here.
many things happen at once. Mel, you reach out to take Salma's phone from her. Is that right?
No, I reach up to take my own phone. I should still be wearing gloves.
Probably are.
Person who had your phone last was
Helen.
Who I was carrying.
and then I knocked on the door, and then I don't know where the phone went at that point.
Well, you both took pictures and fucked both of your phones already.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
So yeah,
you-
we'd go for Selma's.
as Selma's like getting into portrait mode, Mel reaches out to take it. I'll take my own picture. CJ, you've been cool this whole time, and now you're using are you just batting it out of their hands, or are you like
I am
demonstrating?
just getting pissed, and I'm going to use intimidation. But before that, because I am getting pissed, I'm going to blood surge.
Okay. Let's check.
And I fail. So
Hunger?
I'm back up to 3 hunger. And
You guys are fantastic rollers tonight, let me tell you.
Oh. And I'm going to swing for the fences to
Santa Muerte had my back, okay?
slam that thing out of her hand as hard as I possibly fucking can.
Yeah, 'cause I'm pretty sure you're not happy with either of these two fledglings.
5 successes.
Okay, I'm gonna shorten this, and I'm gonna give CJ the moment. The two of you, Salma, you have Mel's absolute attention as Mel's going for your phone. Mel, you have her attention as you're going for her phone, and out of nowhere, CJ smacks the phone out of Salma's hand, sending it flying with a satisfying crunch of unbreakable Gorilla Glass cracking and electronic plastic sound as it crumples to the floor on the far wall, nearly passing Sarah's head.
I don't know who you think you're fucking dealing with, but let's get one thing straight. I answer to one person, and they are not currently in this building. Okay? You will listen. Understood?
I can explain.
I don't care. This evening has been full of fuck-ups. I'm here to fix those fuck-ups. You, and he points over at Mel, and you will listen and do as you're told. If you decide to stay in this domain. Otherwise, you can get up on the fucking roof. I'll strap you there myself. And you can cook like a goddamn shish kebab as sunrise. Is that clear?
Yes, it is.
And you?
She's just gonna go back to her room.
Mel turns to walk down the stairs, not answering.
Can I interject? Just
Yeah.
be there and say, enough for the attitude, kid. Sit down and listen to the man. We wanted to talk to you nicely earlier. Look at the shit that happened because you didn't. You walk out of this room now, it's not going to be happy. As I look at my crotch again.
Not been happy since the moment I became like this.
Yeah, life fucking sucks. There's this wonderful thing. People think that life's fair. Life's not fucking fair, and the unlife is even more unfair. So you got two options. Sit down and learn from people who fucking survive, or don't and find yourself strapped to a ceiling burning as the sun comes over the horizon. Not necessarily to tomorrow, but one day. Because you keep up with this fucking attitude, you talk to the wrong person, someone who's definitely not going to put up with it. They won't just talk to you nice or kick your door in. They'll burn your motherfucking house to the ground. Sit down. damn, my groin hurts.
They will sit down.
Thank you.
Salma would get up, grab that shaving thing, razor, whatever it is, from the table, and walks like very slowly towards Melissa and turns it on, with it, buzzing, making the sound close to her face, and say, we are in this mess together, and we messed up. If we're gonna get out of this, we need to listen and take their advice until we figure things out. And she pulls the machine through her hair and pulls the pieces down on the floor as she continues talking, and quietly sits back down.
All I know is I didn't kill someone tonight. I could have, but I didn't.
He says, looking towards Salma.
Salma doesn't respond. She's just continues to shave her head.
Texting Jude. Acquisitions acquired. Where would you like them?
And I just say basement.
Very well. When you get done shaving your head, the Chrysler downstairs, get into the front seat. You've caused enough issues for this gentleman over here. You're going to be getting into my trunk. And I don't want to hear any more lip out of either of you, except to apologize to Miss Strong before you get your asses downstairs. Is that clear?
Boss, there's a small complication.
What's your complication now?
Well, it's not my complication. It's
Melissa's.
Mel's. She brought her friend.
I believe she's in Mel's room downstairs.
Yeah.
There's another one?
No. This one's not. Well, this one's definitely not growing any arms anytime soon. Thank the fucking gods. She tasted sweet though. As I give a look at Mel.
Mel is actually going to sit up and lunge at you.
CJ would attempt to step in between.
So would Sarah. By trying to hold back Rico, just in case.
I am not retaliating. I'm sitting here drinking a bottle of blood, trying to grow my balls back.
Well,
And straighten his neck.
I hope you can scrunch up in my fucking trunk for your friend, because at this very moment I could give two flying fucks. But everybody's getting into my car in less than 2 minutes.
I can sit
CJ.
here, right, Bob?
CJ, it
Absolutely.
occurs to you
Take care of
that
yourself.
Sarah is more than capable of handling a simple human in the establishment.
You know what? My manners. Miss Strong. This is your house. I'll refer to you as it pertains to her friend.
I believe I can have her kept safely. Both for
Sure.
Mel and for herself.
Your actions are appreciated and shall not be forgotten.
Don't you let that fucker anywhere near her. As she points to Rico.
Will be safe in my home.
I absolutely promise I won't go anywhere within line of sight of her. She will not have any knowledge that I exist.
She's gonna sit down again.
Ladies
He
and
would pack
gentlemen,
up his briefcase, head downstairs.
Mr. Milliner,
Yes.
before you go, my card. Maybe we can exchange numbers? I think at this point we need to be in closer contact.
Oh, I believe I already have your contact info. Apparently, I was supposed to give you a phone call about your establishment and my opinions of it, which currently stay the same, but the proprietor has definitely moved up a couple of notches.
Understood. I already received that message. My
Doesn't even
good
smile
friend-
and shake his head.
Mr. Storyteller, before we close for the evening, we have some house cleaning to attend to.
lots of it.
We have stains and superficial wounds,
Yes.
And willpower.
and aggravated wounds too.
Willpower regenerates on each successive evening. When you pass through the torpid sleep of the day, your willpower is refreshed.
I thought you said Sarah was different.
She's human.
Okay.
Her willpower waxes and wanes with emotions and moments. The amount of willpower a human can muster is given the situation.
And it also that connects to your aspirations. Like when you get closer to that, you get willpower.
Okay.
Sometimes more than others. Ghouls are interesting that way.
Well, she's gone through a few emotions lately.
Yeah, I would imagine.
A few.
I will briefly describe the train that CJ Milliner leads out of the Three Monkeys, escorting and watching as people follow, at least, even if begrudgingly, his instructions to pile into cars, trunks, what have you, heading to the hospital, racing the dawn. As Sarah and Joe go about cleaning up, straightening
Blood.
up, getting ready for the next day, and figuring out what to do with their new house guest, quietly locked in the basement. Rico running the broom, picking up Salma's hair, quietly pockets a wad of it while cleaning. Imagine the trip to the hospital is one of intense silence. Any attempts that Salma may make at lighthearted conversation is probably met with stern, angry looks from Milliner that are enough to intimidate the paint off a wall. The arrival at the hospital is a quiet one, as it seems people have been cleared of a path, as there's no one to stop you the entire way to the basement, through the hospital, into the elevator, and down into the bowels of the Inova Prince William Hospital. And ladies and gentlemen, as we're going to close our scene, we have a bit of maintenance to take care of. Were actions this evening causing individuals to receive stains on their humanity? The penance and penalty of actions against humans, against innocents, against people's own convictions. There's only one way, and that's to convince yourself that you're okay with it, or as we call it, resolving the stains of humanity. You'll take the difference between your unstained humanity and how many unmarked humanity you have left. That is your dice pool to resolve any stains of humanity you have. So if you have a humanity of 7 and you have 3 stains, you have 4 dice available to resolve the stain. No, I'm backwards.
You have 1 dice because you can't roll 0.
Because you can't roll 0. So how many stains do you have, Salma?
I have 1 stain and 7 humanity.
2 dice.
2 dice. Thank you.
So you roll 2 dice and let us know what you got on those numbers.
Hey.
Can't hear you. You're muted.
Okay, can you not hear me?
Now we can.
Now we can.
1 success.
1 success is enough for you to wrap your brain around it enough to say, I'm just learning, and damn, it tasted good, and I'm okay with it. Your humanity is intact and your stain is resolved.
You
Melissa,
for the delicious meal.
Was that 2 stains or 3?
I believe 3, which is a pretty heavy load for a single night.
Oh, that's
Be
right.
fair.
You-
Everything I did was to protect myself and my friend.
That is perfectly a legitimate thing to say. Does not
probably
affect the damage you have done to your own grip on remaining not a monster.
How many dice?
1 die.
Let's get a good one. Let's get one that. Oh, just traitor die.
They're all traitor dice.
All dice are
Not.
traitors.
They're not. They're not. Okay. Yep.
RNG.
What do I need for success?
What did you roll?
What number?
What did you roll?
I rolled a 6.
That is a success
By the skin of your teeth.
by 1
Literally.
number. The horrors of the evening, somehow you wrestle with it in your brain and in your soul and your mind. I will grant you that you have cleared 2 of the stains of your humanity. But the damage that you have done to the human, your own touchstone, exposing her to the truth, has cost you 1 of those points of humanity. You have
We've
lost.
been through worse.
This is probably the worst thing you've ever experienced, ever. And it's not what you did to you. It's that she's going to wake up and remember this.
Yeah.
That, I feel, Mel cannot wrap the brain around, cannot resolve, cannot justify. How will you justify that to you and then to her?
Well, I wanted to explain all at once. I just need to go back and explain it to her properly. Fully. Everything. She'd understand. Like, she can keep a secret. Like that one time when we went to, like, wait. No. Okay.
Was it band camp?
I have a feeling that Dr. Weiss has a new patient.
So normally, and I owe the viewers and our group here a little explanation. Normally when you do a resolve of stains of humanity, it's an all or nothing kind of thing. You either resolve your humanity or you don't, and you lose a point of humanity. But in certain circumstances, there's that residual ripple effect where it goes beyond that person's ability to resolve the damage, and especially when it involves things like your touchstones. These are your anchors on humanity. There can be but one thought through Mel's mind, that this person will never look at you the same ever again.
Fix this, we can 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 fix this.
Does the group think that they would be able to resolve that?
I think it's the opposite way. So like when you make that remorse roll and you succeed, you are sorry and like you're like I really fucked up. But I think the way like you're describing this, you're like, yeah, I can fix this. This is fine. And you're like, your humanity is like slipping from you because you're like, yeah, I'll just explain
No
to
big
her,
deal.
you know, how I just ruined
over
her
and
life.
over in
No
her
big
head,
deal.
like, we can fix this, we can fix this, we can fix this, we can fix this.
To me, it sounds like that humanity is slipping, but that's me.
What about the rest of the jury?
I concur with both Jude and the idea that I think it was such a traumatic series of events that all happened within about 5 minutes.
The seconds
Yeah,
in the
that
apartment.
I think that something is going to linger. Something's going to be hanging around. It probably can be eventually fixed, but it's going to linger until some appropriate penance has been made.
I think that Helen is basically going to have a hard time surviving because this is such a unusual method of announcing this world to a human. Even as a human, I'm very concerned. And I've been in this world of darkness for a number of years. And I believe that this poor girl that is in my basement is going to feel this for a very, very, very long time.
To Mel, it was the most traumatizing thing that's happened to her since becoming embraced. To the world of darkness, it's a Saturday night.
It's another Tuesday.
So the other thing we have to resolve is some aggravated and some superficial wounds.
We will do that at the beginning of our next session when we do maintenance and rouse rolls. That's when we do that. Generally,
Okay.
don't heal at the. I don't generally allow people to heal at the end of the night. You got to take that process time, feeding, what have you.
Javier did the other day though, because he had the wound and then he healed it up right away.
Well, if you want to take more time to do it, we can do it right now.
No, that's fine. I'm just saying.
I'm just looking at the clock ticking.
Taking care of your sagginess.
Actually, I'm more interested in finding out how you deal with aggravated because that's more complicated than superficial.
It's the same.
Yeah, it's just a couple extra rolls.
Yep, cool. Same mechanic. You get 3 rolls as opposed to a single roll
And you can only heal one aggravated per night.
Yeah.
All right, so viewing audience, I hope the roller coaster was as much fun for you as it was for me, and I hope you players had a grand ride this evening. Thanks for joining us for this evening, Mr. Milliner. We really appreciate it. And like we do at the end of every session, we like to go around the table and give give our opinions of the high points, the low points, and a nomination for scene or act or something that struck you personally. Mike, Mr. Milliner, would you kick us off, please?
Sure. I wanted to get in earlier, but life sucks. Again, as usual, I love playing with all of you individuals. The thing that stood out to me for high had to be the combat between Mel and Rico. I've seen some pretty dirty combats. I can't say I've ever seen somebody's testicles be turned into wall art.
You do not touch a girl like that. You do not force yourself on a girl like that. Like,
I understand.
justice had to be.
I understand. I'm telling you, I found it entertaining. My low, My low is I didn't get into the last episode. And my nomination has to go to Trevor to hopefully recoup. And going forward, he might want to put on his personal equipment. He wears a cup.
Yeah. We're gonna get a
It's made of Kevlar now.
My God.
piece.
Yeah, you're gonna look like fucking Clockwork Orange.
Oh yeah.
The Droogs.
Singing in the rain, punt, singing in the rain.
Salma. Wow, what an evening, huh?
Ah.
Never thought a smoothie was so hard.
All I wanted was my island green from Tropical Smooth. God damn it.
Oh, a girl just want a smoothie.
High, low, and a nom, if you would.
I think the high would be oh, there were so many. I think it would be actually interestingly the fact that Jude had to volunteer to do a check for his sanity for going over like being angry at all the stuff that was going, because he was like so calm and collected for a majority of the session, and like just lost it at one point. I think the low, I mean, of course I had to like leave the kid in bloody clothes and like not in a nice situation, so that was a low. Should have done that. Nam would also go to Rico for trying to not like completely obliterate this noob and try to deal with her and like still be like patient enough, like keep trying to talk even coming back to the hotel and you know getting in there. So
Figure.
Fantastic. Jude.
Yeah, hi. Playing with everyone. The intense scenes with, Rico, Mel, CJ, Salma, me and Salma, Sarah, just trying to take it all in strides. It was great. Low point, I just felt a couple of scenes I was in, especially in the beginning, like I felt like I kind of dragged on, and as we were like establishing it, but I was like, it's cool, like we're just gonna have a chill night. It's gonna be a lesson. I was fucking wrong.
I was there with you, man. I was down for the chill.
So
Selma was thirsty.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you. Yeah. So high is like everything that happens, like me trying to mind my own business, but I want to help, but I'm like, this is really fucked up. That I don't know if I can help this. My nom goes to Rico.
Wow.
You did your job. You took a bullet. Although if you would have just listened to my text, you could have just waited for them to come out, hit them both, brought them to the hospital. Like it would have been, open shut.
Well, yeah.
Good old Tijuana snatch and grab.
Literally enough. The text that says hit them with the car was not. I didn't think it literally enough.
Rico.
the high is literally the fact that this session and the session before it were basically such like dumpster fire situations. It was very like as Jude pointed out, it's like, oh my god, it's kind of slow. Like I'm up in the belfry, like, oh yeah, not much is gonna happen. Okay, it's gonna be a quiet night. Oh my god, I've got my nuts shut off. You know, and so that was
new soundbite.
And Selma with the whole, you know, like, oh look, here, no, take my credit card. Like, you know, those were very entertaining. My low was literally being so close to dead, and it wasn't a low in that sense. It was more like, it was like, holy crap!
Dave wasn't kidding about those 2 character sheets.
Oh, and I'm thinking, okay. Sorry. And my backup character's a Malkavian. Yay!
Yay!
Yes.
That's what we need, is more Malks.
Clearly.
So, I'm gonna give my nom to Melissa simply because of the fact that they acted contrary to themselves. Because they constantly were like, I don't want to do this. Well, no, you don't want to do this. But obviously your character feels it's absolutely necessary given the moment. So I honestly think that's a good sign of role-playing, is when you can step outside of your comfort zone in order to fulfill the needs and wants of the character.
Fantastic. Sarah.
Highs and lows. There were so many for Sarah. So Sarah high would be earning some respect. Sarah low would be having a panic attack, as Mr. Milliner was terrifyingly stern and triggered some things in Sarah. So
fantastic.
Nom is Melissa, because I fully believe that no matter what, the story goes where the story goes. And yes, when you're first going into a group, there is character conflict. And you're going to have those issues, and you played it well.
And finally, but not least, Melissa.
I just want one session to go where I don't horribly fuck something up. It's not stealing blood packs, it's breaking tables and the 3 monkeys. And
I want you to know that Jude has like a little clipboard on the his refrigerator, and it has all of your names on it, and like smiley and frowny face stickers, and all of you have.
He's got like a pack
stickers.
of gold stars next to it hanging that has never been opened.
I think I did a pretty good job.
Never
Thank you very
awarded
much.
a gold star.
No, you're not on there. All the fledglings are on there.
Oh, can't believe it.
I have a question, because you mentioned this before, where so far Melissa was the good one. How did that hold up?
For like, it held up for an hour.
Now you're all in the doghouse.
As far as masquerade breaches go, I just want to say that, like,
But you didn't.
I mean, yeah, just walk around with bullet wounds in your chest like it's no big deal. That's fine. That's good.
Oh, so he's in the trunk?
Air conditioning.
No, I'm saying like from the ride to the 3 monkeys.
get off the keyboard. There you go. Damn cat. You
So
knocked over
lower-
all my dice. Yes. High point. Probably not ripping Rico's head off.
Oh, that would have been my high point. I'm like, hit like a zit. Watch this.
Low point was also not ripping off Rico's head.
Fantastic.
That makes sense.
I always love Selma's like Malkavian kind of rants that she goes on. They're always entertaining to follow. So I guess for nomination, I want to go with that because I was thoroughly entertained by her
Excellent.
methodology going through the process.
My high lows and lows are pretty easy tonight. And previous session too is again here we are, another recording session with season 2, and we're still rolling it. And as much as I've tried to leave the dumpster fire behind, not really, it still follows us. It doesn't listen to the word sit or no, and that is absolutely a high point for me. No matter what I try and do, you all throw me the most wonderful curveballs and sliders to swing at, and I love it. And I love the fact that you guys swing for the fences no matter what I throw at you. That's great. I really don't have a low this evening. I think there was a couple of moments of some pacing issues. We got it, we haven't found that groove yet, so we're all kind of, when there's a lull, we're like, oh, is it my turn? Is it my turn? And you can see everybody's face like, am I talking yet? And so that's kind of fun for me to watch. I hate to say that. My nom this evening, I have to absolutely go right to Selma for the juice bar, giving back the juice. That was fantastic. I love the fact that that's even on like the first draft of your character sheet, that this is something that you did every day, habitual. This has to be done. This has to. And so I knew when you were like, no, I am going for my run. I don't care what you people are doing. I have a way of doing things. I'm out. And discovering those things that you like so much are not really what they are anymore. It's not the same. This whole universe is just taking you, and you're not sure. Your face has been on TV already. Your whole career, everything, and wanted. Damn. 3 days of undeath and already wanted. Fantastic. Trevor, you get the extra XP, sir, by the numbers. Good job. Outstanding. Everybody take 2 XP for the evening. We do have to do this again for our previous record session with Javier. Good God, why can't I get that squared away in my brain?
You'll never get it.
We didn't get a chance to do it on our last record session, so we will need to readdress that at some point tomorrow. We'll just see if we can't handle that in text and take care of that. Thank you all again. Viewing audience, I hope you enjoyed the roller coaster as much as I did, and as much as I think our players did. We thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you on the next night shift. Good night.
Hello, my name is Trevor Chapman, and I play Rico Suede on Prince William by Night, the Night Shift. I'm here to remind you that your mental health is a very important thing. We all have problems, and I do mean all of us. I personally have suffered from both clinical depression and suicidal ideation. Sometimes it can be hard to share our issues because we don't want to burden other people, or we're too afraid or ashamed of the things we have done or the feelings that we have to even try to reach out to other people. But friends and family are here for a reason. They would much rather hear that something is happening in your life and help you with it than to find out too late that they didn't even know and they couldn't even try. If you feel that you can't talk to your friends or family, there are other resources available for you to talk to. Please take advantage and reach out to them. There is no need for you to go through this alone. We all need help sometimes. There is absolutely no reason to feel ashamed or afraid to ask for assistance, especially if you need it right now. If you or someone you know is in crisis, whether they are considering suicide or not, please call the toll-free lifeline at 800-273-TALK to speak with a trained crisis counselor 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline connects you with a crisis center within the Lifeline network that is closest to your location. Your call will be answered by a trained crisis worker who will listen empathetically and without judgment. The crisis worker will work to ensure you feel safe and identify options and information about mental health services in your area. Your call is completely confidential and free. Again, that number is 800-273-8255. If you are unable, unsure, or prefer not to speak in person, text the word NAMI to 741-741 to connect with a trained crisis counselor to receive free 24/7 crisis support via text message. You are not alone. Trained expert advocates are available 24/7 to provide confidential support to anyone experiencing domestic violence or seeking resources or information. Help is available in Spanish as well as other languages. Call the National Domestic Violence Hotline toll-free at 800-799-SAFE. Again, that is 800-799-7233. If you or someone you know has been sexually assaulted, help is available. Call the National Sexual Assault Hotline toll-free 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 800-656-HOPE. Again, that is 800-656-4673. You will be connected with a trained staff member from a sexual assault service provider in your area that offers access to a range of free services. For the Disaster Distress Helpline, call 800-985-5990 or text the word TALK with us to 66746. This helpline provides immediate crisis counseling for people who are experiencing emotional distress due to any natural or human-caused disaster. This multilingual, confidential, and free helpline is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Again, call 800-985-5990 or text TALK with us to 66746.